mugs.
Nice.
Yeah.
2 mugs. Sorry, 2 mugs in a glass. Fuck.
2 mugs in a glass. Walk
mugs
into
in
a
a
bar.
glass.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
It's like 2 gangsters and like,
We do have to be careful about spec takes now. We will be going.
oh my god, that would be awful.
Yeah. Don't do that.
No,
They're
don't.
designed. They're designed to handle
It's true.
some location.
They
work.
are. Yeah, they're location likes.
We could put the socks back on.
If we
put
thought
them
there
in
was
the
a
cleset.
worry of me being, well, me, sorry, I assumed it
They
was
also
me.
have
It's all-
maybe.
super fuzzy ones, like for when it's windy outside. We haven't
Yeah.
put those on. Yeah.
That's so interesting to
little
me. I,
bunnies.
I do understand the sort of like conceit of how it would reduce wind noise, but like
The pregame are I never
Oh.
fixed.
Ah, well.
I had 1,000 other things to do this week instead.
we could kill, but will we?
We do look like professional podcasters now, and I'm kind of into it. Like we host a panel show.
Yeah.
Oh, panel show.
Yeah. Today's topic is
Rage.
90s
I don't-
cartoons.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Better than any other
Transformers.
cartoon.
Robots
Absolutely.
in disguise.
Pay no attention to Gravity Falls.
Yeah, that was
Or
okay,
Avatar.
I guess.
Yeah.
Or Avatar.
Go over
yeah,
there.
okay, Go and get out of here.
But everything else.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, folks.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing what I can.
There was a great quote that came up in QuoteBot the other day, which I really enjoyed, which was our banter during Exalt, which at some point where you must have said something along the lines of like, you know, there's some movement. And I was like, well, aren't we always moving a little bit metaphoric? And you responded with, aren't we always shutting the fuck up? I was like, God damn. It was very good. It was very,
I was
good
wondering,
man.
am I going to go for the shut the fuck up route, or am I going to go for movement in the pants route?
In the middle.
Like we just.
It's true, you know, it was a
could be one or the
50-50
other.
shot.
50-50, baby.
50-50 shot in the pit.
Shot in the pants. That's right. Shot through the... Okay. Mm.
Yes.
Despite the fact that there's a couple mugs at the table, quite nice here, weather-wise. I'm pretty thrilled about that. I feel like this would
13.
insinuate
gorgeous,
something cold, but
gorgeous.
it's not. It's really...
Zablica, no, I don't.
No, come on. How long have you been watching this? No, come on. Do we collectively have more than 2 jokes?
I don't
It's the
think
real
so.
question. I don't know.
Press X to doubt.
It's been a while since you've played LA Noire.
Very.
It's iconic.
Yeah. Because I have such a like desire to 100% games and stuff, I'll leave them installed on my system forever because I'm like, oh, I got some achievements left with them. I recently did a purge of a bunch of games and I'm like, you're not gonna finish these. Like, I uninstalled it finally. Because I could reinstall it one day if I really wanted to play it again. It probably would be better
If you
off
don't?
stream. No, it'd probably just be better off stream, you know? It'd be fun. Tank skill.
Yeah.
Ah, woo! It's Eric. Woo!
John has now pulled the fader down, so you can compare.
Yeah, we'll see how I do if I make myself a little quieter.
What are you eating, weirdness?
Yeah.
Weirdness, you know how we feel about Nancy Drew not telling us what they ate. Okay? Oh my God, Splooey, help!
I'm thinking grilled cheese and burgers and
Oh.
tomato soup and finger sandwiches.
Burgers,
I
plural.
had one
Yeah.
of those things for lunch.
Which one?
Grilled
Finger
cheese
sandwich?
tomatoes.
Oh,
John's the
nice.
best.
You hear that, John? You're the
And
best.
cake? Yes, and cake.
I'm the best when I'm feeding somebody. When I'm not feeding somebody, I'm the fucking worst.
Not-
It
not
probably
true.
averages out about somewhere in the middle there.
I am capable of so much fuckery.
This is true.
What? This is true though.
I'm a problem.
I don't think John's a problem. And I also want to point out that if you think that there is a problem at your table, you gotta let people know. You gotta speak your mind. We use these safety cards for our safety at the table. You don't have cards out there in Chatland, but you do have options for your safety. Thanks, Bluey. I'll get to those in a second. What do these cards mean? These cards. This green card, also known as the play card, represents the fact that the person holding it up is okay to keep playing, even if they don't otherwise seem to be. The yellow card, also known as the pause card, means, hey everybody, I gotta make y'all aware of something. Whatever it is. Once the card comes, I was gonna say safety related, but like, whatever. Once the card comes down, play can continue. A red card, however, a stop card, means that play has to stop because the person holding it up is not okay. Because we're streaming, we'd probably go to a be right back screen of some kind. But once everybody is discussed and made sure that things are okay, play can pick up again. Like I said before, you in the chat, you don't have cards, but you do have options for your own safety. If you need to make us aware of something, you can whisper RPGClinic. You will see it. We have a big chat box on a big screen here, but we'll all see it. If you would rather either remain anonymous or somehow communicate it to us indirectly, you can, of course, message one of our mods. In the chat today, we have Aragwen and Kung Fu Fenris. And as a final option for yourselves, for your safety, if something is happening, you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel safe, you can always leave the stream in the chat. Obviously, we want you to be here with us, but you should go if that will make you happier or more comfortable or more safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. So thanks, Kung Fu Fenris.
Yeah.
Look at that sub.
Sub. The little 07 in chat as a salute always makes me laugh because I imagine someone doing this.
Yeah, it's like very, yeah.
Like their arm is like out and then they're doing.
Oh.
I don't have the wrist flexibility for that gesture.
It was my my horrible way of always winning arm wrestling competitions. Is I would just
awful.
go, and no matter how hard they pushed,
Yeah,
it
you're
wouldn't.
locked.
It was
Wow.
really. It's shocking. I
Break
never
the
broke
wrist.
my wrist. It's shocking, but that's what happened.
It's Noshpan.
Oh,
I know what you meant.
What's up?
Okay, folks, just to point out, last session we had a particular right which some people expressed some discomfort with, so we isolated it. This is just to reassure you that we are not going to be revisiting what happened in that right. It is over, and there was no major plot point during such right. So you should know Cleaves the Lie is dead. That's it.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks very much.
So like this?
Like a really aggressive, like, wham!
Oh.
But yeah, I think no,
So, like
I'm not gonna.
Like trying to make a 7 shape. Yeah. Anyway.
It's very
It's a
armpit
big-
forward.
How horrible. Oh, dear.
Also today, different mic setup.
Yeah.
You can see the mics in front of you. We only got 3 of them. There's supposed to be 4. The 4th one is on its way. That's why I'm still on this mic, which means I'm going to sound different than the players. Now, we've already tried to adjust the volume to make sure that I'm not louder than they are. If you notice things, please let us know. But very specifically, if you are making any audio mention, I need you to say whether it is stream breaking or not. By stream breaking, I mean I don't want to be here anymore. It sounds bad.
It's hurting my ears.
Yeah.
Versus, oh, this is slightly less than perfect. Those are two very different worlds.
If you say the players are slightly quiet, that's something we can do. That's easy to fix. But if you say something is wrong, then we will pause and fix it. But if things sound good, then that's great.
We got a good and a spit.
We had to be good for Noshman.
Yeah.
Yes.
We sure did.
Welcome back, Noshman.
Thanks for the
Thank you,
rest.
Auntie. Noshman, it has been a long time. Welcome back. Look forward to seeing you around the place. Noshman, have you been up to date on this campaign? Because we're quite a few sessions in, which
got a
is cool. But
recap.
there are recaps. There is going to be a recap.
No, I
for
still
the et cetera, et
insist.
cetera.
The best time to tune in is when you've already been tuning in, and the second best time is now.
Yeah, nice.
Like,
Yes.
just tune in. It's fine. Are you going to be lost for a little bit? A little bit, yeah. You'll catch
Who
up.
dat?
You can ask questions. People in chat will help.
Yeah, we have an incredible team on the live chat.
Man.
Our mission control, our team.
Yeah.
Our team on the
Not
ground.
all of whom are plants. I swear.
Oh my god. Why would
very
you
good.
say that?
Why would you
Oh my
insinuate
God.
that? Are we plants?
I'm a plant.
Oh, okay.
These are my leaves.
I am a plant. Liz is a unicorn cactus, and John is a twisted willow.
Twisted Willow.
I once spent some time around a weeping willow with a family member of mine who I had never met before from New Zealand.
Okay, this is wild so far.
And it was like a magical day for whatever reason. And I've never seen her since.
Are we sure this family member is not a changeling? of
I'm
some kind?
absolutely not sure, especially because her name is Gwendolyn.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So
Great name. But also, yeah, are we sure this is not
fake.
some sort of login situation?
This is like a second or third cousin.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it would be. My grandfather's cousin's granddaughter,
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Good lord.
which I think makes it
He's
second
done.
cousin.
Yeah, I think so too.
I do know of one spot where there's a weeping willow that is really pretty, and it's by the lakeshore.
Oh,
It's Stewart Hall, which
That's
is
nice.
a big old building that is now public, and they have a library in it and some other stuff. Yeah,
Lakeshore is in Lakeshore Boulevard, as in West
Yeah,
Island.
West Island. Quaint Glare.
Nice.
Welcome to the West Island.
It's really pretty because you're on the lake. You have the water, nice big fields, pretty weeping willows. There are often wedding shoots going on, and
That makes
sometimes
sense.
I'm polite and like move out of the way, and sometimes I'm like,
I'm
You
a
got me in your
"This
background
is public
now."
property, man.
I'm a
I'm not moving. You
Kate
can move."
plants herself firmly in the back of every photo, just like.
Fucking special day. Later on, I'm going to Wild Willie's, getting myself some ice cream.
Fuck yeah.
It's weird. There's like there's a mattress in the background of some of these photos. What's that about? Yeah. Bonk.
That's a full-on mattress. What's going on?
Yeah. I've had this for a while. This is like my sort of Macros shirt in a way. But yeah. I think I've been wearing it under sweaters and things.
I have a limited edition RPGClinic mug.
Oh my god, it's true.
I'm wearing no merch.
It's okay.
But
That
no
you
doubt
can
your next
see.
tattoo will be. Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say
yeah.
it. No doubt.
Oh, we can't afford merch anymore. We just bought microphones.
It's true.
Yay!
Sorry,
It's true.
y'all.
Thank you, folks.
but actually,
your
yes.
contributions over the past few years, they've been slowly accumulating, and that allowed us to go.
Ham. Hog wild.
Legitimately, this is thanks to viewers like you.
Hello, Carnage Mantis.
Carnage Mantis.
Quite the
I love. Sorry.
There's some
Big
really
fan.
great like grunge band names popping up in
Yeah.
chat today. Love it.
Carnage Mantis, is this like a Metal Gear type,
Oh.
like Psycho Mantis,
Mantis.
except Carnage Mantis? Because I once had to, like, I will never, these two will never let me live down.
I mean, it's perfect.
I once had to do, like, we were doing a performance class.
Oh,
Um,
I read your save file. Oh my
there you
god.
are.
Oh my god.
Holy
Just like
shit.
Psycho Mantis. And we were doing a performance class, and we had to do something from a different accent, and I did a reading of Psycho Mantis in a Polish accent.
Oh, I thought it was Russian.
No, it's supposed to be Polish.
All right.
Uh-oh.
No, it's been a while, you know.
I will open the door for you.
Yeah, I remember. Oh my god.
Anyway, let's
most of
figure out
us.
whether or not you spent any experience points.
Oh yeah,
Watch your
watch your thumb over there.
I went really slow.
Because technically, Psycho Mantis is from Poland. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I spent XP. I think I even said it on stream last session that I was just a few XP, a few little XPs away from. If you're listening on the podcast, I just cut myself off because I gotta go to hell scoots. Stay humble.
humble.
Don't be cocky. I was just a few little nubbly XP points away from enough for a new gift. They go up quite fast, so getting gifts now is quite expensive. I bought for for Dante as a little gift. I bought a new gift. It's a native gift called Hare's Leap, which allows you to leap horizontally or vertically based on the number of successes on your roll.
That would have
Which-
been helpful when we were trying to get to the top of that pillar.
Exactly my thought was. I still think I wouldn't have been able to do it because it's like X meters per success, so like
Boing, yeah.
whatever. But I was thinking about Dante in combat, and I was like, man, he shoots guns a lot. I wonder if he should like be up high somewhere.
Yeah. I also
Sniper,
feel like,
no, sniper.
yeah, when you're trying to get to the sniper with trace or whatever, I feel like there was distance. Like, I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, that was where our idea
Parkour.
of like he gets his power for jumps from shitting his
Right.
pants.
Hare's shit.
And that's how he ran
No,
up the
spider. He's a
the-
jumping spider.
Jumping spider.
Well,
Because I just like I we've talked on stream before about not necessarily wanting to like double up on gifts too much, have too much like overlap between things amongst the pack. Not for any meta reason, really.
For rapid shift.
Well, exactly, but that's because it's good.
It is real good.
But yeah,
It is much good.
Because, like, what's the downside? You take some damage? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's it. It's worth it for those 2 extra dice.
Yeah.
3 rounds it out. You know, you gotta calculate what your sacrifices
That's
are.
right.
But yeah, that's what I bought. And I look forward to leaping around at some point.
Oh.
Leap around, jump up, get down.
I just in Breath of the Wild specifically, when you're carrying something, he's still like moving when he makes the sound. It's so cute. Okay.
Yeah. However, there is something else that we have to address before we start.
Sounds important.
It is important. Spirits have recognized what you have done. Troyan.
Yay.
You specifically set out to finish what Portia had started, which shows honor.
Ooh.
Now that you have destroyed the Face Dealers, gain 1 point of honor renown, putting you up to...
I'm at 5 now.
That's so honorable.
I'm so honorable. Backstabs be damned. Yay.
Dante.
So,
It isn't often the role of a theurge to throw themselves into combat, but you've done so repeatedly, knowing, in fact, how to reach the battlefield is somewhat harder. Dante, what is your wisdom?
4.
It is now 5.
Ooh, that's good. Man, so much renown.
Macros, it's good to have you on the team.
Figured.
Wow. Holy shit. Thank you.
Macros,
-1.
Macros, one of the hardest things to prove to Guru society is that you are worthy of carrying a clave. You've used a clave against an enemy far greater than most. Macros, you will gain 1 point of glory.
Yes.
I like Weirdness's idea.
You're at 5 honor. I'm at
Macros,
5 glory.
you get a
It's
fruit
like
basket.
we're like high fiving if
Yeah.
we pass.
Bye.
Like,
Nice. Wow.
what is
We got a lot of renown.
Yeah.
We're very renowned.
Yes. It's session 69.
69.
nice?
Nice.
Nice.
Title of the episode.
Nice. I can rapid shift better.
Question that you don't have to dive into if we don't have time. Is renown, are these dots are local rather than
No,
global? Okay.
they're global.
Right, because it has to do with
It's the
how you are
spirit's
recognized.
recognition of
Okay.
you.
Sick.
Now, other Guru may not know who you are, but if they consult with spirits will be like, we're pretty chuffed on these folks, and they'll be
Nice.
like, "Well,
Because yeah, I think that's my question. It's like if we go to, I don't know, whatever, Greenland or some shit, and people are like, who are you? And we'll be like, our deeds carry weight, motherfucker.
Yeah, as Kung Fu Fender said, the legend is metaphysical.
Excellent.
So the other thing to point out, though, is that as much as your legend is important, if you go to, I don't know, Vancouver, and they're like, we've never heard of you, that's possible.
Yeah, sure.
It's also possible that they have heard of you, because they'll be like, we've been hearing some things about them folk over there in Montreal. But if you go over there and then just be like, I pissed on your lawn, man, like, they might not necessarily be like, well, it's
Not
cool.
so honorable, yeah.
Thing is also, if you go to another
That's a
place
raven.
and then they enact they place you under chagrin, spirits will recognize that still at home.
Yes, it's a two-way street. That makes sense to me.
So it's not like moving your debt somewhere else, you know?
Well,
It
was
finance.
when I moved to the United States, it felt very weird for like MasterCard to be like, you don't exist. I'm like, I do.
I do though. I have paid things.
I have a MasterCard in Canada. And they're like, yeah, that's not the same. And I'm like, I don't
Is
understand.
it real though? Don't you use little play money up
You have
there?
the
No.
same name of the company.
You guys use Canadian Tire money where you are. Come on.
It's because we're good, Kung Fu Fenris. We haven't done anything necessitating chagrin, you know?
Well, a couple of the people who would have got chagrin are no longer alive.
Honorable on our parts.
Wow.
Glorious on our parts.
Excuse me.
Shall we remember what happened last session?
Yes, let us remember.
Neil Yoshida gave the pack permission to visit Theo while
Recap
he
is fine, we
recovered.
just can't hear.
Those gathered in the safe house were wary of the trio, extending trust to Macris first, and were revealed to be
you
Ratkin.
hooked up
The
with some
pack
Ratkin
gradually came to understand the deeply embedded
we can-
wounds
we can hear
between
you
Guru and
guys.
other
Oops.
shapeshifters.
Oh, it's
After
it's
much
different,
discussion, those
If we keep talking, then I'm going to stop the recap. I'm going to mute us.
Neil Yoshida gave the pack permission to visit Theo while he recovered. Those gathered in the safe house were wary of the trio, extending trust to Macris first, and were revealed to be Ratkin. The pack gradually came to understand the deeply embedded wounds between Guru and other shapeshifters. After much discussion, those assembled found common ground, common goals, and established a tentative trust with each other. Upon their return, Macris, Dante, and Troyan joined the others in bidding farewell to Cleaves the Lie in the rite of the Winter Wolf. Guru of Weathered Storm, Downstream, and even his old packmate Ryan Leaves honored the life of a giant and howled in sadness and celebration.
Big fan.
Ah,
Bye, everybody.
nice.
Yeah, with
No
the change of
secrets. We
mics
don't get
means
any
that we
secrets.
some of our tech is a little.
The button is, muting mics that are no longer relevant.
The computer's like, I did it. And you're like, but you didn't, though.
I did it.
I did it.
I did John and Scott and Liz and Kate. What do you mean they're all mixed
They're
together
so
in one bundle
cute.
called
So
Cheese
proud of
Cream?
them.
I don't know what that is.
Little computers.
It's just trying its best.
Yeah.
I can make it on my own. My balls.
My balls?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
they dangle.
Oh. Oh my God.
Where's this coming from?
Poseidon's kiss. Every time I sit on the john.
Oh.
Where did?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I thought you were.
I mean, I was
When
going
you
on
go to
about
the
ball
ocean.
joints when I went down to our lobby to
When
get
you went
some
down on
balls.
the balls?
Yeah, to get 2 balls.
Yeah, Kate had to go downstairs to collect
Didn't you get
the
4?
balls.
2 balls.
Why don't we have 4?
Because I thought we'd only need 2 because we had 2, but the other 2 suck. So we've
Oh.
got a 3rd ball from a different source.
So
that
we're gonna get 2 more
probably
balls.
order 2 more balls. Yeah.
Okay.
A 3rd ball from a different source.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Ooh, that would mean you have at least 3 jokes.
Ew.
Congratulations.
That's really more of a testicular joke. Anyway,
Anyway,
shall we begin?
I like game. Let's play.
There's always more to be done. That's like life, you know? You finish a big project, you get a chance to take a vacation maybe, but probably not, and there's always going to be something else that'll pop right in, and you're just going to have to deal with that bullshit. That's your life. That's also Guru's life. There's always more to be done. You can't let up now. There's greater challenges ahead of you. Challenges that you're going to have to coordinate with others in order to overcome. But you seem to be doing a decent job of it these days. After all, you've walked the walk. There isn't as much talking in your group. You don't have a galliard at your beck and call at all times. but you're doing it. That's worth something, isn't it? It's been a day. Because we can't get into 2024.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say a year for like a split second. I was like, John,
my
you crazy
God.
son of a bitch.
Oh, I don't mind accelerating,
No.
but that's going to be up to you.
Feels like not a great time to do that. Yeah, that's fair.
What are you doing?
Jennifer Slade expressed interest in going out and killing something, quote unquote, and Troyan offered to go with her. This offer was accepted, so they ended up somewhere. So I don't know if they're still there a day later, or if they.
No, they would have just returned. That was more for flavor than anything else.
Oh, sounds good. So I guess one of their places.
Excuse me, sorry guys.
Marcus would have probably watched a movie with any percent.
Cute. Which movie again?
Airplane.
That's right. That's right. And
All right, killing was not. It was something that was in quotation.
I don't. Can you imagine if killing was in quotation marks? God
that
damn.
sucks.
Yeah.
That really
Oh,
sucks.
yeah,
I'm
that
sorry
sucks.
about that.
And you're back here. That's what's key. Dante, in the same vein, in a similar vein, I guess, went and spent a bit of the night with his sister, Janet. And yeah, just spent time with her. I imagine we are back at the bar before going off to our separate ways to have a little strategy meet.
Yeah,
I imagine.
that sounds good.
That's where we usually end up, those sons of guns.
You hit your bar.
Sick.
Shanks is interviewing someone today to work.
This is big.
This
is like
very
pause
exciting.
the plot kind of big for me
Yeah.
personally. Kidding,
Because
I'm sorry, John.
He was rejecting so many resumes because they weren't good enough. Sorry, the quotes are really coming out in full force today. I don't know what this is all about. Yes, so this is really exciting. This means someone was appropriate to move on. They're not there right now, right? It's just the interviews later?
The interview is later, yeah.
Okay.
Never mind. Chilling, not pretending to do my job, or actually doing my job.
Troyan's drinking a bigger coffee than usual. I don't think she slept much.
So
So,
we have some new friends that are going to potentially be interested in making the same moves we're planning on making.
you were thinking of doing some reconnaissance in the sewers, weren't you?
Subterranean, figure out how deep, and if there's an alternate path in.
Is that something you would want to link up with them for?
I think so.
They mentioned, ZX mentioned that he says ZX and then goes, no need to name that fucking thing again. And there's a beat as he sort of recalibrates. The spirals have a power source deep underground, apparently, and that would be a good thing to scope out. I wouldn't be surprised if it was geothermal in nature. That would make sense. If that helps you and the rat can find it.
I was thinking like spirits and magic and...
It's entirely possible as well.
But no, that sounds really smart and sciencey.
Nailed it.
So is the idea to destroy that power source before we move on the hive?
If that's feasible.
It would
Exactly.
make it everything a lot easier if we could.
I mean, if it's like nuclear or whatever, could just accidentally explode it, and then I mean, this is cartoon brain, right? This is how it works in the ideal world.
It may not provide us a way in, but at the very least, if we could, then they would be more defenseless.
Yeah,
Have
cheaper
fewer
some more wires. You know?
Exactly,
That's what you get
exactly.
for building underground. They're critters. They're hungry. They really like chewing wires. Need some iron in their blood or something. I don't know how it works.
Me neither. And it seems like they have bigger goals for the city as well, which, I mean, it sounds like we're aligned. This is very good news. I know there's a lot of not just tension, but history. But if we're all more or less trying to accomplish the same thing, broadly speaking, then we can use what they know and they can use what we know.
Mm.
Yeah, for the moment anyway, our goals are aligned.
You don't think that'll last, Troyan?
I don't know. I feel like it's a mistake to try and predict anything. We weren't expecting the mountain to literally turn into a volcano, so...
We were not.
I was.
You're not here!
I'm everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's like the table itself speaking to us.
Oh God.
Feed me.
Whoa.
Here, have some crumbs.
Here you go. Got one of those talkie tables. That's a cute table.
Yeah.
I like it. Can we keep them?
I feel like I'm in a
Impossible
Pee
to make an NPC you won't adopt. Impossible.
Good luck.
Wee Herman vibes up in here.
Yes, actually, yeah.
Talking chair. Jerry.
Neil and Julia said that they would visit soon.
Yep.
With the third.
With someone else, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Julia's research on the trees.
Yep. And then just, making sure that everyone's well rested and fed and ready
To fuck shit up?
yeah.
I'll be curious to hear if Julia knows.
Sorry.
Damn.
That's so mysterious.
It's
But I know
mysterious.
exactly who said it.
I think I replaced API or
Yeah, right. That's smart.
Yeah.
I would love to see more of Julia's research on the subject, but based on what I know, discussions that we've had with spirits, the healing of the mountain is not something that can be accomplished actively in one fell swoop. It takes time, and it will take restoring as many spirits as we can to their full potential and power. I just want to warn everybody, I don't think there's a quick fix.
No, but we can give it as much assistance as we can.
Of course.
If there's some other nefarious force standing in the way, we can unceremoniously dispatch it.
Yeah. I hope it is that simple.
Point us in the direction of something to kill, and we'll do it.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Energy was taken, and so much was taken that it collapsed the space. It's not easy to create life or life force in the same way. It's a cycle, and these things take time to replenish.
We're not very patient.
I know. Which just means we have to turn our attention to an easier target.
A hive being easy.
Easier.
I like that.
Less patience required.
True.
I'm gonna go see Hannah today. Gotta talk to her about... I don't know. She and I need to follow up on the other day. Kind of leaves it deliberately open-ended, and then
The other day.
there's a pause, yeah.
Big ol' fuck.
Big ol'. Oh, you almost had me saying it too. Whew. That was close.
Hello.
Is it?
Kappa.
Kappa. What are you
God,
doing?
we're crossing the
Oh
streams.
god, it's crossing again.
Hello.
Yay! She needed well, she got fucked up, obviously. She needed a push to get back in Goose's good graces. But she got her push. We made it happen. I gotta check in. Talk to her about a few things. We're not exactly swimming in theurges around here.
Shanks hangs up his phone and just
Trouble?
oh, just the guy I'm having interview. He his bus was stopped by the police, so he's gonna be a little late. It's just bad luck.
Ah.
Shit happens.
Sure. Who's this guy?
Oh, I'm with her.
I know who you are. They work here.
And I'm a hanger-on.
I know.
Come on, you like me, Shog. Sir. Sorry. Sir.
Shanks. My friends call me Shank. So sad. God damn.
Oh my god.
So, Dante, when are you gonna apply?
When am I going to apply to work here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
These hands weren't made for manual labor. He kind of like rolls his shoulders.
Pouring
and,
drinks is manual labor.
He shrugs as if to say, I don't know.
I
Never
don't
done
even
it.
know if you'd make it through the interview process,
What
honestly.
the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Shanks is very
I would
discerning.
absolutely crush an interview.
I
Interview
have
me
my
right now.
doubts.
What experience do you have tending bar?
None. But I'm a fast learner.
Are you a people person?
Sure.
Cue montage of all the times Dante started fights.
Montage of that time Dante was like, I trust you, and then got stabbed.
Yeah. How are you with untrustworthy types?
Surprisingly good.
What goes in a Moscow mule?
I have to look it up.
Manhattan? Screwdriver?
Vodka, I think. You probably don't stir it with a screwdriver.
He's a fucking natural.
All right. I stand corrected. Maybe I wouldn't ace the interview process.
Okay, let's see. Maybe there's other things you can do. Can you fix shelves?
Yeah.
Hey.
You got
You have an awful lot of shelves that need fixing.
It's true. What the fuck? It's like every time I leave the room, I come back and there's a broken
Usually
shelf.
because you've slammed a door real hard.
How dare you? I break doors. I don't slam
You're
them.
much more interested in repairs than the previous owner.
Thank you.
Perhaps there's a greater need for repairs than what the previous owner would.
How dare you? Oh no. That's a group thing that we're all responsible.
We gotta stop having so many dramatic conversations in here, is probably what that is.
What are your special skills? Oh.
Hang on. Hang on, am I allowed a second to
I think
think
he'd be
here?
really good at bookkeeping. You know, for the number crunching.
Yeah.
Technology, finance. I have a lot of specialized skills that I actually don't think would apply here. Shockingly,
If we
I know.
wanted to install a state-of-the-art security system, I would put him in charge of the cameras and stuff. Which makes you sound like a real creep when I put it like that.
It is true. I used to program and supervise autonomous drones. I don't think that would be of much use in a bar like this one.
All right. So I just want to point out the sequence of events that led us to this.
This should be good.
1. So I point out that these two work here, but you don't.
Mm-hmm.
2. Fuck you, interview me right now.
Mhm.
3. I'm not qualified for this job. 4. I used to program drones. 5. Maybe it's not what you're looking for. You just talked yourself out of the job.
Rough. We missed
And
this.
now you're a dog.
We missed the step where I was provoked into doing this whole process. I think is the
Provoked.
Yeah, they provoked me.
It's a bar.
It's a provoking.
Provocative, even.
Yeah, that's true. It can be.
Look, I'm still waiting for someone to get the karaoke machine up and running. Do you want to do that?
I legitimately would really enjoy that. Yeah,
Oh, good.
I could do that for you. You thinking of doing what, weekly or what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Depends on how much I fucking hate it.
As someone who
That's
has
what
done,
earplugs are for.
I'm with Macris on this one. As someone who's been to karaoke nights a couple of times, everyone thinks they're better than they are, and everyone's a lot louder than they think they are at karaoke
What
night.
about pub quizzes? You could run like a quiz night.
You're
I thought
really
we
good at
established I'm
that.
not a people person.
You could write the questions. You know things. And you could ask the questions. You're good at talking to
Yeah.
people.
If we start doing trivia night here, I'm gonna quit.
Okay.
That's your line
Damn.
before karaoke?
Okay, let me make it more clear. If I have to run trivia night,
Oh, no, no.
Did I ever say
No,
that
no.
that was going to be put on your
have you
plate?
ever been at a pub trivia quiz where there wasn't some pedantic asshole who was like, actually about half the questions?
Oh my god, are you the pedantic asshole?
Sometimes people oversimplify a question that has a more complex answer. It's
Oh
a bit more
my
nuanced.
god. Oh my god.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
There's a knock on the door, and
Get down,
Shanks looks
bang,
up and just starts waving somebody in, and a young man who looks very clean cut, proper jacket, tie, shirt. He looks a little bit nervous, a little bit sweaty, probably because he had to run here in order to try to make it on time. And he opens the door, and he comes in, and he goes, "Hi, I'm Dev," and then closes the door gently, and the glass shatters.
Oh my god.
Just.
I got it. Macris gets up, gets the dustbin, gets the broom, sweeps it up.
And
Jesus, damn.
Dev just looks over. And Shanks is like, yeah, I don't think that was your fault. Come on in here. Come meet the boss.
Doors are awfully fragile around here.
Dev thrusts his hand out. Hi.
Hi.
It's good to meet you.
You too, Dev. I'm Troyan.
Hi. I'm sorry. I was on a bus and it was pulled over. There was somebody on the bus who they had to arrest. It was bad. And then when I was walking over here, they, it was cold and I forgot my mittens on the bus and I'm sorry, my hands are cold. And now with the door,
You want a glass of water, kid? Sorry, I shouldn't say kid. Want a glass of water?
Yes. Thank you.
Sounds like a slew of bad luck.
It does, doesn't it? Dante, returns Troyan's like very meaningful look with a like.
Just looking for conspiracies everywhere.
I know. So am I, out of character.
Tinfoil's in the third drawer down.
Nice.
Nice.
After you have a chance to, get a glass of water or whatever, why don't you just go behind the bar, mix us up a couple of things, come on over here. Anything, dealer's choice. Even for him, he doesn't work here, but he's a hanger-on. That's his official title.
Dante gives Shanks a thumbs up and hopes that there's a little, just a nice complicit smile between them, as opposed to like out and out hatred, which would actually.
I don't think he's ever shown you out and out hatred.
No, that's good. Okay, cool. We're allowed to have an antagonistic relationship. That's okay with me.
Once the glass is swept up, Macris goes and finds an appropriately sized plank of wood and starts editing it down to size, etc. to
Nice.
cover the window.
I'll call it Glacier. Yeah. It feels weird sitting down with the three of you. I'm gonna just... And he edges and sits on a stool instead. Def comes over and places a few drinks out.
How do they look?
So he's shaved some ice in the form of like a cone
Oh.
set in shot glasses, and inside there's layers to each of the thing. I'm gonna say right now, I don't know fuck all about fancy bartending.
But it sounds like he's whipped something up that looks quite
this
impressive,
sounds
which is great.
fancy and impressive.
Big fan.
So I just mean like someone's gonna come along and be like, actually a cone would be a terrible thing because it would water down the drink way too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like, there's those Instagram, Pinterest, like viral drinks that aren't actually meant to be great. They're just meant to photograph
So
well.
late.
Everyone, I think that's called flair.
Bartending, yeah.
Flair bartending.
Yeah.
So I study at McGill. I'm studying the sciences, ecology. I need a job.
Okay, so what does your availability look like in the evenings specifically?
My evenings are free.
What about your
My classes,
work?
my classes generally run between noon and 5.
Your classwork? How do you
Not
feel
worried
about
that? I'm not taking a full course load. I gotta pay rent.
fair? We are looking for a decent amount of hours here and flexibility. You're all right with all that?
Well, I can't cancel my classes.
No, not your classes can be sacred, but I just mean in terms of evenings. Like if you get like say 24 hours notice to pick up a shift.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I have a little bit of field work that I'm probably going to be doing, but I can do that whenever.
Oh, what kind of field work? Super casual, super off the cuff.
I've been studying the mountain.
Ah. Cool.
Were you studying it before the thing?
No.
Yeah. I can imagine.
I'm working on my thesis, and I'm investigating the effects of a sudden eruption on the ecological systems surrounding the mountain.
I mean, that must be a fascinating case study that you have just at your fingertips. A very unusual one, too.
I was originally coming from a geological background, and it sort of dovetailed into this.
Yeah.
But I thought you were interested in how I made drinks.
I don't even work here. I don't know.
You don't?
Ecology
you don't work
sounds cool. No,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
just
a
saying.
hanger-on.
Yeah. I think ecology sounds cool. The mountain, nice.
Yeah, and I mean it's not far away, so we were pretty worried when it just suddenly erupted one day.
All in all, the response was very quick. We were lucky. I'm not actually from here. I've only arrived in Montreal in the past few weeks.
Where were you before that?
I was studying at the University of Toronto.
Oh. And did you come here because of the eruption?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I transferred. Honestly, it seemed like it was a better fit for me anyway. My thesis wasn't going well. The migration patterns of Canada geese just aren't fascinating to me anymore.
I hear there's a place not too many hours north of here where you can watch them all as they're migrating. There's like a great big plain near a river where you can sit and watch them all take off. Crazy shit.
Hey, Dante,
Yo.
can I get your help with something over here?
You bet, man. Just totally like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, it's just here behind the bar.
Yep. And he goes around behind the bar.
He's interviewing.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, Shanks. Sorry. I'm
Look,
curious
Look,
about
I get it. I get it.
So
But let the boss figure it out before you start making best friends with my new hire, okay?
Of course, yeah. Sorry, bud. He ducks down behind the bar to find something.
have you done any sort of customer service before?
Oh, this isn't my first bar job. I used to run the bar at a fancy movie theater.
Do you have references?
Yeah, and I left my bag on the bus. It's all right, I got it. You sent them to me. Hold on.
Buddy.
Starts.
We got a phone here if you need to call the bus company and see if you can
It was
get the
just-
bag back.
There was just papers in it. It's fine. The bag was cheap.
Okay. That is some shit luck.
Yeah. And Shanks hands you his phone, and in the phone you see there's he's indeed. I'm studying at this. I've worked at, and there's a movie theater that he's worked at as a bar, and then at one point he was at a fast food joint and a smoothie place. He has a bartending class from the LCBO.
Oh, shit.
The LCBO is the
Liquor Control Board of Ontario?
That's
I don't know if
right.
it's still
Right.
control or not, but which the irony, of course, is anyway, they no longer control all the liquor in Ontario because they've opened up sales to other retailers, but just funny to me. That's right.
you can't get those classes here.
Yeah.
They'd be done by the SAQ.
Well, there are also non-SAQ bartending classes that are. They used to be $500, probably like $1,000 now.
Yeah,
It's like
I
one week.
imagine so.
Yeah.
But think of the tips.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
The drinks are just the right amount of sour to them. They have a complex flavor, and clearly there's some effort having been done on the layering, especially in what's essentially a shot glass. But they're decent. Probably not the sort of thing that you can see putting regularly on the menu. That's more of like a bistro sort of like signature cocktail, as opposed to we're a bar. I don't know how you feel about your
Barbell. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, so you've proven that you can make something impressive. How about something really basic? How about a Manhattan?
Sure. It's okay if I go behind the bar again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dante ducks out of there.
He starts whipping up something.
Dante comes over to Troy and just kind of drops in for a quick whispered, "Hey, sorry, I'm interested."
Hey, can you hold
same.
up this board for me?
Yeah, you bet. leaves
Sorry.
the interview to come
Yeah.
over.
Over by the front door.
Oh no!
No, it's
they're
perfect.
Just, like,
He's
moving
just like,
around.
"Oh, I'm sorry," and you're like, "No, get out of there." Yeah, 100%. He goes to hold over the. It's a
Yeah, the
not
board
like a
where the window is.
perfection.
Yeah. Takes her time, keeps it all real slow.
Oh yeah. Could you actually put that side down on the? Yeah.
Keeps dropping the screw.
Oh, jeez.
I could bring you I brandy my own maraschino cherries, but I see that you just have the standard ones here.
Yes, motherfucker.
Liz doesn't know enough about health and safety regulations when you're selling things commercially to know if there's like any rules around home prepping things and bringing them in.
Yeah, I think it's disallowed, but
Yeah.
the process could be done at the bar.
Yeah.
So
That-
there's like a whole thing with food trucks that way. Yeah.
She
I have no idea what goes into
she rambles on about that.
brandy.
Yeah.
cherry.
You need that.
Yeah, if it's a setup you could move here.
It's a Manhattan. It tastes just like you would expect a Manhattan to taste. He does not fancy it up. He
Good.
doesn't make anything
Didn't want him to do any fancy
specific.
flourishes.
It's just whiskey, vermouth, and bitters,
This is good.
and a maraschino cherry. The very long stem.
Okay, well, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, I had them written down.
Oh my god.
What kind of a clientele do you have here?
A lot of students. People come by for a drink or two after their 9 to 5s. And then we have some like late night regulars.
Do you do any theme nights, any special events?
There's been the occasional karaoke night, pub quiz, but we're looking to make that a little more regular, if it's something we can tolerate. Do you have any interest in helping with the organization of events like that?
Oh, I love trivia. Shonks goes, "You're hired!"
Okay, this is good, because nobody else wanted to host those nights.
Why not?
Because it would... Because
what?
Because it would...
what, Troyan?
Conflict with my
Because it would...
yeah,
It would...
busy social calendar.
It would, because our schedules in the evenings aren't always predictable.
Oh,
Very true.
okay. And I guess finally, what's the pay?
She quotes something that is fair for the current... Whatever the
Watching
fuck
this in
it is.
2030.
She
We
quotes
recorded
a
this in
very
2025.
reasonable rate that isn't tip reliant.
Do we have tip reliant
We
salaries?
do.
I don't know.
We do have a slightly, but it's like, oh god, I was gonna say numbers from when I started working, which
Yeah,
are
me too,
like
actually, which are,
disgusting.
like,
It's like, yeah, it's like $7 an
ludicrous.
hour.
That's
I'm
it.
like,
I'm
oh
like,
god.
I'm not even gonna say any numbers out loud because I don't know what it is these days. But
Quebec tip wage is $12.60 compared to $15.75.
Oh, you mean, okay, so there's specifically a, okay,
Yeah.
that I did not know, actually. I was gonna say, oh, there's like a minimum wage, but there is a
Yeah,
minimum wage.
there
with
is a tip.
versus.
Yeah,
That's very
but
If you don't make enough in tips, then they have to pay you the standard.
make up the
that's
difference.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I think that's it.
okay. Jonks, do you have any questions?
You already answered them.
Whoever we hire will be primarily working with Jonks.
Oh,
He's the boss when I'm not around.
of course. And you are?
Chris, bar back, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fixer of shit. Ideally, shit doesn't get broken, but people get drunk. They think they're really funny.
Does that happen a lot?
Lean the wrong way on the chair.
Oh,
You know.
oh, okay. Sorry, I just thought maybe
Put all
there
their
was
weight
like,
on one leg.
like a lot of bar fights or.
I'm not like a physics expert or anything, but chairs aren't designed really for that. So yeah.
Bar fights.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's good. It's good.
Well, thanks. I hope to hear from you.
Thanks for coming in.
Maybe it's-
You didn't leave your phone on the bus, did you?
No. I've got that in my.
Oh, damn.
Do you want to use our phone to call the company?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. She walks him over to their landline. Yeah.
Dante,
Yo,
have you ever heard of any sort of bad luck curse?
I mean, in books and shit, yeah, sure.
Okay.
After a couple of minutes, thankfully they say, "Oh yeah, that was the bus that was pulled over. Yeah, we have a bag. Don't worry. There's a lot of things. You'll have to go to Barry Cam. Everything's fine."
So close.
Yeah.
So close to here.
So close.
That's great.
Walk
He
downhill.
thanks and heads out. Goes, "I guess I'm going to Barry. Bye." And he
Good luck.
walks off. At that point, you notice that
careful.
he's left his wallet on the bar.
Hey, Wallet.
So sad. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's a day."
Deep breath.
Thank you.
Deep breath.
And he heads out.
Hope he doesn't forget. You know, we don't have a stove on at least, so that's good. But, I don't know. Probably just nervous about job interviews, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't be the first person with baggage to work here.
He lost his baggage, but now he's retrieving it.
Hey.
Ayo.
Hey. Swish. Folks on the
Why?
podcast may not be able to hear. There was
Why?
a very loud.
Someone's
honking
like leaning
sound.
on their horn as they're like
Just
approaching.
oh,
They're just
fuck,
like,
guys. Anyway, sorry.
I have to go.
Okay.
We'll be back. I will be back. Cover for me.
I always do.
Jesus.
there's an errand something under this chair that needs
an
attention
errand
before
something.
it stabs me in the
Oh yeah,
finger.
don't hurt yourself.
Time to pull a macros.
Dante was ready to head up the mountain to find Hana's Sight of 8.
What the hell is going on?
There's something pokey
Something
apparently.
stabby, and I'm trying to figure out if it's like a staple or something.
Could be a
it's
screw,
just
could be a
some hardened glue that has been a pokey. Okay, that's fine. If I know it's just glue, it's not gonna like give me tetanus.
Right.
Whip.
But also can't be just like pliers or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck?
Pokey stuff.
Pokey stuff.
Right in the middle of role playing, just being like, "Yeah, I think my chair's trying to kill me."
Yeah,
Yeah. Ow.
that's what safety cards are for. I'm good. It's just glue. No tetanus here.
Dante had plans to go to Weathered Storm to find Hana's Sight of 8.
Why?
Why do I want to talk to you? A sort of pseudo mentor figure?
She's sitting in the center. She's got one of the crystals that has been forming around, and she's got it sitting in a glass bowl, and she's just sort of looking at it, and every once in a while she's poking it with a stick. Yes, why? Do you just come here for my scintillating personality?
Someone's, I'm sure. Dante points at the crystal in the bowl.
I've never been accused of being a people person.
That's so funny, neither have I.
No?
I don't think so.
Last time I checked, scuttlebutt was that you were enjoying the company of one apotheosis.
Oh, so when you say people person, you mean just having relationships with people.
Yes.
You intrigue me. Sight of 8, that's all.
I'm not interested. I'll die a virgin before you make it into my... And then she looks down at like the proliferation of clothes that she has on.
God! The properties exhibited by these crystals. It's very intriguing, I find.
Now you're trying to sweet talk me.
No. I just think the right reinvigorated this place. It's infused some of what it believes to be necessary into its environment. Trying to protect the denizens here. Hide people. And defend them. Did I say defend twice? Doesn't matter.
Okay. So that's why you came here?
No, I need your advice.
This'll be good. Do we need to go somewhere more private?
Yeah, please.
Ah. All right.
Ugh,
And
God.
she pushes herself off.
All right, old bones, let's get you off the rock here.
And then grabs a stick. She doesn't need the stick. She just walks with a stick.
Yeah, she likes it.
And then starts heading off into a slightly more wooded area.
Dante, tries to sort of follow alongside, essentially.
You know, the hard part is that I don't actually mind that there are so many trees. The fact that they almost killed my home is more of a problem, but I can't say that I don't fault them. The trees are lovely.
It's true.
What do you want?
You've seen a lot.
Yes.
You've been at this longer than I have.
True.
Something happened to me while I was in the Umbra.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
You just seem to need confirmation from me. You're doing a lot of pausing in between your sentences.
Out of character. It's for dramatic effect, Hannah!
I don't do drama. Anybody who says that they're not interested in drama is lying, and that's why nobody's interested in me.
Come on. People are interested in you.
I watch. I don't participate. You don't see me shacking up with packmates or finding ways to stir up enmity between various different factions of Guru. I'm not trying to be a stargazer wannabe.
That's just because you keep all your cards close to your chest. You have secrets.
Everyone has secrets, Dante.
Oh, but you revel in yours. You fucking like it.
And why shouldn't I? I earned those secrets.
Sure. Listen. I'll express this as cleanly as I can. In the Umbra, we fought this skin stealer, shape changer.
Yes, I'm aware.
It had tethered itself to reality in a couple of different ways, and anyway, we managed to sever that tie and defeat it in glorious combat.
Are you here to boast?
No,
Good, you're no Galliard.
that I know. While I was trying to find it in the Umbra, I sensed it, and then all I could hear were the sounds of the Guru it had stolen from. The ones it had taken to feed its own strength and its own power. It had the intention to do more, I know, and we've managed to stop it. This is good. I need to know what happens to Guru after we die. Because I think the spirits of those warriors might still be trapped somewhere. Where do we go?
You want to know what happens after we die?
To Guru. We aren't just worm meat. Spirits live on. But if I need to help ferry spirits to that place, I need to know where it is.
Ah.
I'm starting to regret bringing this to you.
Why? I didn't realize that you had such a soft heart. Don't worry, that's not an insult. I'm not used to glasswalkers caring about these sorts of things. She looks you up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Sit.
He takes a seat on a overturned, like on a stump, and yeah.
She sits down uncomfortably close, like thigh to thigh
Oh my god.
contact.
All right. Right. We brought up relationships. She's gonna make it weird. That's cool. JK.
It depends. Apotheosis mentioned that you managed to derive some sort of code out of our fellow Theurge. One that's now active and running around in some kind of kernel-based software.
I felt like one way to honor his memory was to make sure that he could always report on trouble in the tunnels, even after he was gone.
Perhaps more than he deserved. Because I'll tell you this, your spirit Not all spirits get to enjoy the same amounts of glory, honor, and wisdom in life, and therefore they may not enjoy the same in death. What the absolute fuck is going on outside? It is so loud.
It's spring, baby! It's music playing for those who can't hear it.
Now, young Theurge, you're worried about those who had been taken from this face stealer? So she asks for, because we don't need to get into it here. She asks for, okay, well, tell me what you know about face stealers. Tell me what you know about this. And then specifically, and here I want you to give your actual words, what did you experience from these voices that you heard?
It's hard for Dante to exactly express exactly what happened to him in the Umbra because it was such a jumble. He was peering beyond. I will try to find my notes on the subject, but he heard the voices of the 5 Guru that the ZX had killed to take their face, essentially, to take their form, and that he could hear that they were trapped somehow, either within him or tied to him. That's what he's heard.
Face stealers enact rituals in order to seize power they did not earn. As far as I can tell from what you have described, the issue is that these other Guru who were taken have not had the chance to have their spirits be liberated. They have been tied into the skins that these face stealers have worn. But these would have been the skins that they would have stolen in order to gain power in the first place, not the faces they stole in order to imitate others.
Yes.
For Portia did manage to make it here onto this mountain, did she not?
She did.
You met her.
We did.
Did she seem different? Did you know her in life?
I did not.
Well,
Troyan.
then asking you is probably a stupid question then.
Based on what Troyan said, I can tell you she seemed more distant, but death will do that to a person. I imagine.
That is the complexity when it comes to ancestor spirits. They've moved on. They no longer have the same worldly needs, and they forget, or they ignore. Have you ever heard of astronauts who speak of geopolitical boundaries?
How they seem so small from space.
When you take a look at the Earth, and you can see that it's just one orb floating in a vast sea of absolutely nothing, it stops mattering. Petty little squabbles. I quite imagine that death feels the same way. You get to look at life and think, that was it? Glasswalkers, you tend to look at the world from a viewpoint that other Guru do not share. As tied as you are with the Weaver and technology and progress. And then there are those who look at the world as simple schematics of power. We'll talk to Slade. I'm sure she'd be able to tell you all about it. No one has the real answer, except me. Life is a series of secrets. We are defined by what we don't know. If you want to save them, you may have to put up with the idea that it's impossible to do so.
That sounds like a paradox.
You have some promise. Spirits don't care about logic. The problem is they're caught. Doing everything that you can in order to free them may end up driving them further and further in, such as digging around with tweezers to pull out a splinter. You could just force it further in, waiting, and it might pop out on its own. Or it could get stuck and fester. Macris, Troyan, back at the bar.
Well, I like him.
Yeah.
I'll call the references, but I don't see any reason why we shouldn't hire him, do you, Shonks?
He's a mess, but everybody has bad days.
Yeah.
I think if he breaks all the glassware a few days in a row, might not be cut out for it. But if the references say don't mention such disasters.
Look, you're hiring him on a probationary.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. Everybody's going to get a couple of weeks where we try him out. But he at least knows the job.
Yeah, he does, and he seemed enthusiastic about running events, and since nobody else here is,
God,
honestly,
no.
that's a pretty big plus
God,
in his favor. And that wouldn't have him interacting with glassware or anything too, well, the machines.
You're not going to get Dante to set up the speaker system and the public address and the microphones, are you?
Good.
We
Dante
could.
isn't there, but he's enthusiastically force ghosting this to you.
Yeah! Also, should you have healed or did you already heal your willpower?
Ooh.
Nope.
I don't know.
Boo.
Nice job, everybody.
Yeah. Look at us being healthy.
Look at this.
It's just then he's actually useful to this place and I lose some leverage.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Ah!
What a dude.
Valid.
I love it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call the references then.
Sure.
And that would be great, because, you know, it'll probably be like Trivia Tuesdays, and then you can, like, know that you have a fixed day off every week. You deserve that.
If he's doing trivia, somebody's got to be pouring the drinks.
Oh, true.
Shit, we're supposed to be open. It actually sounds more like a dull thud because there's a question of like, hey, are you open?
Oh.
Opens the door, and it's still unseasonably warm. Remember, it was unseasonably warm last night, so
Yeah.
it's unreasonably warm. So standing outside, dressed in a very smart vest, tartan skirt, a pullover jacket, and with her hair done up in a bun, is Julia.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
Talking
about her earlier. Got it.
Look, I'm just coming in on my own. There's no one else with me. And Shonks is like, yeah, that's fine. It's a bar. You're allowed.
Oh, dear.
There's no like group cover that you have to do. Just come on in.
Yeah.
Julia gets up and walks in and sits down. Sits at the bar. I guess I should order something. Could I have a glass of red wine? Listen, I just came here to apologize.
What for?
Well, I didn't, but they left you upstairs.
Yeah.
There's no upstairs, downstairs here. This is just a bar.
Shanks, as he's behind the bar and pouring the glasses, just like there was an upstairs, and sometimes people go up there.
Yeah, and there's also a basement where we store some kegs. Yes, there are multiple floors to this building.
I gotta go prepare the ingredients. You've got this?
Yeah.
Okay, and he heads off into the back.
What a dude.
He's not one of you.
No.
Okay.
Just a very understanding colleague.
That's important. Theo's doing a lot better. He wanted me to pass that along.
Great.
Good.
It's going to be a couple of days. We just want to make sure that he's rested. She glances around for a moment. Just to reassure herself that no one else is listening.
Just the bone.
Oh.
Is that a tibia?
I forgot it existed.
I also forgot for a while.
It is
fucking
canon.
bone?
There's a human bone mounted over the bar
I know
your
what
kill.
that is.
A dinosaur. It's a very bad attempt.
I hope you delivered it exactly
like
like
that.
that.
Exactly like
that. God,
Yes.
backwards, yes.
That's the
Dino DNA.
exactly.
She's terrible at references.
Neil is under a lot of strain. We all are. I've got something to hold on to. I can look after Theo. He's going to be fine. Just, we're making sure. I don't know that much about his kind, other than they still have the same regenerative properties that you and I do. Just, he hasn't had the opportunity to shift a lot recently.
Okay. Well, I mean, if there is anything that we can do to
He's lost his rage. It'll be some time before he can find it again.
Me coming in there and punching him isn't going to be enough, is it?
I don't think it works that way. But I'd love to see you try.
I don't want to do that to someone who's recovering. He deserves better.
And our rights probably wouldn't affect him in the same way.
A right might, but at the same time, he went under some pretty severe trauma. I think maybe it's best for him to take a rest for a moment.
And
Get it back on his own.
It's well earned. And couldn't imagine a more capable caretaker.
He kept saying things about you. That's really why I'm here.
Things like...
Niels told me that I need to be very careful about who I trust. See, I'm still relatively new in the whole scheme of things. I'm a late bloomer. And he told me that I needed to be very careful about finding friends. Theo kept saying that if there's one thing that he could trust, it was that you had your hearts in the right place. That maybe you didn't always have the best way of going about doing things. But I need some friends. There's too much out there, and Neil is closing people off because he's worried and he's nervous, and I understand that, but when I remember what happened at the mountain, I just don't see a world where we can't work together.
One of the biggest struggles that we had to overcome shortly after I arrived and shortly after we became a pack, there were these looming threats over the city, and none of the septs would talk to each other, or let alone agree to work together.
Why not?
Bad blood.
Oh.
And then pride. packing on top of it.
Right. There was manipulation at work as well from...
Neil has a lot of pride. Have you ever seen his business cards?
Yeah.
Quite nice.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that it was very frustrating for us to be on the outside and not understand why they couldn't recognize that there was more strength if they worked together. And finally, they are. It's tentative, it's a little fragile, but it is working. And it took a lot of time. And basically, we'll never say no to more numbers, more allies. It doesn't even have to be a permanent thing. It can be us working together on one goal and see how it goes. Reevaluate after that.
I wanted to give you something. Just a gesture of friendship. Theo said that it would be Dante who would understand it the best, but I guess he's not here.
Yeah, he's off visiting a friend.
That's okay. It's pretty foolproof. And she reaches into her purse and then she pulls out a USB stick. Puts it on the bar.
What is this?
That's going to destroy any computer network that it's plugged into. You have about 5 seconds. If it stays plugged in for 5 seconds, it will destroy every computer on the network. Temporarily. But it will manage to corrupt and destroy data more than anything else.
Well, shit.
So I warn you that if you use it, you're not getting anything useful out of those computers afterwards. And of course, if they have offsite backups, then there's less that I can do about that. But those things take time to restore. I have some friends in the monkey wrenchers, anyway.
What would it do if, like, say, a security system was linked up to that same network?
It would take that security network down.
Shit.
Every computer needs to have instructions in order to be able to start, to understand what it has to do. This will destroy those. You can get them back up after a time, but as long as it's on the network, it will get taken out. It's only going to work once. I just don't know what to do with it yet. Somebody gave it to me and said that maybe I'd be able to find a good use for it, and now maybe I'm just passing on that responsibility.
Do you trust the person who gave it to you?
Oh, with my life.
Life.
Yeah.
Or... though it sounds bigger and more enormous the more I hear about it.
I mean, this is only a local network that we're talking about here. It's not going to extend beyond one physical location.
Yeah, but like there are...
Although if you're hacking into their Wi-Fi or if you're stealing Wi-Fi from them, that might... Ooh. Careful with your pirate boxes. That's all I'm saying.
I don't want to put my friend at risk. No, that's not a good idea.
Thank you.
Just... It's important to share. Sharing is the thing that shows that we can actually care and trust each other. I thought that was important.
Do you have any questions for us?
Do you hate us?
No.
That's all I really needed. You don't seem like the type.
We get frustrated easily. We get impatient easily. But it takes a lot to make us hate you.
You're not alone. I feel the rage too. It's in me. Sometimes I just want to take every system on this planet and just destroy it. None of it deserves to live if it means that it's going to choke the planet out. The then I understand that some systems are important, and But anyway, I didn't mean to interfere with your place.
No, we said you were welcome and we meant it. And that wasn't a one-time visit thing. Anytime.
Where does Theon usually sit?
Right where you are.
Nice choice.
I owe him. If I only listened to Neil, I'd be scared of all of you all the time.
I don't think we understood, at least I didn't understand, how much cause you had to be scared of us. So I'm sorry for taking something so personally when I didn't have the context.
Hey, look, you're not responsible for what happened, millennia ago. Are you?
Not that I'm aware of.
No one knows how it worked. Maybe it's our same souls reborn 10,000 times. Who
Oh my
knows?
Look, if you ever need to find me, and then she reaches into her pocket and she puts a business card on the bar.
Try and
You
takes
need to
out
get
one of
business
hers,
cards.
too.
Oh, you've got one because you're a business lady.
She's a business lady. Beep.
She is an emergency room resident.
And if Theo's taken us up on this offer before, if you ever run into trouble and you need to be in a different scene
some
for
muscle.
a bit, maybe, or you need some muscle, or you need to disappear for a while, we've got options, and we're very pleased to help.
I think I knew coming to you was the right thing. It's good wine. I don't normally. Can you wrap your mind around that sort of thing? Can you twist the little lobes in your brain that are thinking too much about Pokemon and transistor radios to understand the intricacies and complications of death? The fact that it is not the end, and yet it is. It means your fight is over, and yet you can still be dragged back here by some upstart theurge who just needs a little bit of advice.
Yeah. I can try to think of it that way.
You keep talking about trying. Stop it. Trying is what poor little innocents do the first time they see a jungle gym and think, I could try to make it to the top. You command spiritual energy. You, even though you do so using methods that are disgusting, find ways to twist the metaphysical in order to bring about a new reality. Don't start talking to me about trying. I don't want to feel like I'm giving a kid a loaded gun.
This, in the same breath, as telling me that trying to free the spirits of Guru trapped somewhere might just drive them further in.
Exactly. You dunce. Trying might end up making things worse. Finding the answers, solving the riddle, understanding the mystery is more important than trying. This isn't science. There are no hypotheses here. There's no clinical studies or trials. You need to know. Because if you don't know, you risk doing more harm to them than good. And I don't think that's what you're interested in doing. You're no Shadow Lord. You're not willing to sacrifice these 3 in order to be able to help hundreds more. You're interested in these. You want to save them, don't you?
I want to make sure that they're okay. Yeah. They were stolen. Their power was stolen. I don't know what that feels like. I can only imagine it's terrible.
Do you want to learn?
What do you mean?
Do you want to know what it's like to have things stolen from you?
This is the problem with the council. You make it sound like you have all the answers, that you're hiding them from everyone else, that they can find them themselves. Yes, I want to know. But I think you get off on fucking me up a little bit.
Get off?
Metaphorically, yeah.
Fine. I need you to roll.
Hurt.
Punches you in the dick.
No.
Again.
Oh! I've stolen it from you.
Actually, no, you don't have to roll shit.
Got your nose. Got your, yeah.
Got your balls.
Got your balls. Whoa. I don't have to roll? I don't get to? Uh-oh.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Look out. It's true, Arkin. We should be keeping track of these things.
Okay. Well. Now, we remind our good audience, because they are very good,
They are very good.
what gift you just bought,
I just bought a gift called Hair's Leap.
and it lets you jump really high.
Or far, yeah.
The gun that's in your arm pops out.
Oh my god.
She snatches it from the air and then
What the fuck?
don't enjoy it.
Do I enjoy it? Of course I don't enjoy it.
Pulls the gun back out, tosses it, put it back.
I have a gift, skin bind. It
Yep.
allows me to bind objects of mundane size into my skin. I'm gonna spend a willpower and use it.
Cool.
Can I spend the willpower?
Nope.
Oh,
You do not have access to the gift. It does not work.
that's bad. Ow, ow. I don't know what that would look like, but in my mind, it's very funny. I'm trying to do this, basically. What did you do to me?
Go ahead. It's yours again. I don't need tricks like yours.
Sounds like you just used a trick on me.
I did. I asked you. You said yes.
God. These two need
Why?
to stop talking. They need to stop.
I love it. I love big fan. Actually, huge fan. Why do ghosts know how to steal the gifts from others?
I'm sorry you didn't pay to see those cards.
Sight of 8.
Yes?
You've overseen, you say, 8 rites of cairn building.
Interesting. You're calling my loyalty and honor into question.
I am not calling anything into question. I only
Okay,
have
Dante.
I only have your word for it. Here we go.
You
This is gonna be
only
good.
have my word for it. Is
This
that
gonna be
it?
good.
So my word isn't good enough for you. You come to me for advice on the metaphysics of death, and now you say maybe you didn't, in fact, participate in 8 rites of cairn building. You sanctimonious prick.
I just want to know how you can steal the essence of what makes me who I am and not be able to communicate more than that to me.
Because I get gifts too. Don't look too closely, otherwise you might find that your compatriot can learn the same.
Hey.
Called Thieving Talons of the Magpie.
It's a Ragabash gift, but it's also available to Ghost Council.
Yep.
Pretty sick. And I, I'll flag out of character momentarily. I'm very happy with how this scene is going. So I'm not mad at it.
This
but
is what's going to happen, Dante. Every day for a month, you will serve my curiosity. Every day for a month, you will bring me some new secret. 30 secrets, and I will teach you about how you can rescue from death.
why is this a bargain?
Because I earned my secrets, Dante, and I don't give them out freely. I appreciate the mystery. I worked for it, and therefore I understand how to use it. You think of a tool that you could hand a child, and then the child has the power, but they haven't earned the power. They don't know the power. They just have it.
So you want payment for a secret with more secrets.
That's right.
That's the greatest currency there is in this world. Secrets.
It's the currency I'm asking for, Dante. Or would you rather I challenge you for your insubordination and your insinuations?
I can't stop you, but I don't want you to.
30 secrets, Dante. Small or large, as long as I'm interested, I'll take them all. And then she starts to walk away.
Don't start a land war in Asia. Don't make a deal with the Ghost Council. A Ghost Council, a ghost.
Are you coming?
Yeah.
Good. I'll make tea.
Just thinking my thoughts.
You don't have to try and impress me, Dante. I know glasswalkers don't have any thoughts.
You're gonna be laughing when we fucking figure out the apocalypse. And you're playing with crystals or whatever the fuck. It's good-natured.
Sure. Reaches across. Sure.
Tea, please, side of 8. Thank you. Oh, friends forever? I don't know.
Forever's a long time, Dante. Do you really want to spend all of your time with me from here until the end?
No. No.
Earn my secrets and I'll never leave you.
Oh, I want out of this deal immediately.
Then listen to screams. They don't trouble me at night.
I bet.
Learn these 30 weird secrets with Sign of 8 only on Where Mojo.
Where Mojo is great.
Oh.
Watch Mojo is based here.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That here? That's
Yep.
crazy.
Watch Mojo.
We've got all the biggest
Board
media. I was gonna say we got all the best media. Well, not best, just biggest.
Transit app.
Nice.
That food one. Is that food one?
Food Hero?
No. It'll come to me one day.
Oh.
Food Hero sounds like a rebranding
The
of Cooking Mama.
bacon
Yeah.
strips.
The YouTube guy from
Oh,
the style.
Epic Mealtime.
There we go. Thank you.
They haven't been relevant in a little while. have
Long
they?
time.
That's why it didn't come to me right away.
Yeah.
I knew it. It's all mystery, Arkin.
After a time, Julia says that she needs to get back to work, appreciates the drink. She does drink it all, but there's definitely like a, I probably shouldn't be doing this. And then
If she allows Troyan to give it to her on the house, she will.
no, she'll accept that.
Great.
When she leaves, so the USB key, who took it?
I guess I took it.
When she leaves behind like a quarter of a muffin on the bar.
Did she have a muffin when she came in?
Well, it was in her purse. She took it out of her purse and put it on the bar.
All right. Right
She
on.
didn't, like create matter. I think.
I
It's,
know,
I
I was
think it's the
just like,
question.
where did it, because we don't sell muffins at the bar, so where did it come from?
I can only
That
create
sucked
muffins. Nice.
Fully.
Keep that for later.
Huh. More friends.
Yeah.
Feels weird
Yeah.
to not be like begging for them.
Or, punching them and therefore not becoming friends.
Right.
Begging? You don't strike me as the kind who needs to beg for friendship.
Thank you. It's more like
Please be my friend.
it's more like aggressively asking people why they won't be our friends. Which falls into the same category as
Still
begging.
sounds like, you're just an angry 5-year-old who can't make friends on the playground.
Sometimes I think we give that impression.
I think you're right.
This is growth. This is
Development.
Yeah.
Progress.
Macris, you get a text message.
Ooh.
It is a URL. It's from Neil.
Okay.
It's a URL.
Boop. She clicks it. She
Like immediately, yes.
literally she saw the thumb drive. She's like,
100%.
"Oh, I'm gonna find a computer to plug this into." Until she was like, "It's gonna destroy everything." She was
Welcome
like,
to the virus mattress.
boop.
Oh my god.
That's perfect.
It's a link to a geological survey, which details the exact paths of tunnels below Pointe-à-Pierre Museum. So naturally forming tunnels and outcroppings.
Does it have any? Yeah, finish. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Does it have any indications of like sewers and stuff?
So the text
Or old
that
rivers?
accompanies
Yeah.
it reads, because we can't trust that they haven't changed the physical
Yeah.
of the building,
Yeah.
this is what they could potentially have done. but I'm not convinced they're up to date. And
That
he
makes
sends
sense.
those to you as well.
Well, the outer walls are probably still in the same place, but inside's for sure. Thank you very much. Oop.
IVM.
Thank you for taking care of Julia.
She's nice.
There's no answer to that.
She's nice.
Nice.
So Kylo. We've got geological surveys, which I'm sure Dante will be able to understand, and some building plans.
How much science do you have, Dante?
Two.
More than 0.
The specialty is computer science, to be clear. But like, you know,
There's a difference between 2 science and 0 science.
that's
Just
true.
imagine it's wires underground.
I mean,
Yeah.
I do plan on correlating this to like the hydro network and stuff. Anyway, yes, I have thoughts.
Oops. The internet is a series of tubes.
The internet is a series of tubes.
Yeah, same thing.
Do you need a break?
I need to use the washroom.
Yeah,
personally.
let's take a little break.
All right, so we're going to do a quick break here.
If only to keep the ads at bay.
Oh,
Keep the ads at bay. I will stick around and answer some questions.
If you
people have.
want to duck
No,
out,
I'm
we
good.
can. Okay.
all right.
I'm going to ask that someone fill this up, though.
I'm
You fill
going.
my water too.
Yes.
There we go.
You stepping out too, Kate?
Yeah, that's
All
2
right.
of us.
Come on, everybody.
Unts.
Never
unts,
three.
Is that what we're doing? We're gonna have a little dance party?
Yes.
I desperately hope that like they are spending their time out there just absolutely like dancing it up.
I think so. For my 17th birthday party, I desperately wanted like a disco themed party. And so my parents bought one of those like strobe lights, and it was really cool. And I made a disco ball by smashing CDs and gluing them to a like one of those styrofoam balls.
So, okay, the thing is, you say that was your 17th birthday?
Correct.
So this was a year before I met you.
Yeah.
Year and a half
Yeah.
before I met you. I would have loved to have met that Liz Neal.
It was an awesome party. It got fucking nuts.
What? Koku Fenris? Oh shit. Okay, no, I'm gonna have to go and look at that. That's
oh
cool.
shit.
Thank you for pointing that out. The W5 interactive novel game now has Silent Striders in it, which Silent Striders are my favorite tribe from the old game.
Really? That's exciting.
I thought it was Glasswalkers for the longest time. It's actually Silent
And then
Striders.
Scott said he wanted to play one, and you were like, "Well,
Well, now
I need a
tainted
new
it.
favorite."
No,
Tainted.
it was Silent Striders for the longest time. It's what I played. If you remember, I stole the name from him, but Pezabakeniut was the character that I played in a LARP for the longest time.
Oh yeah.
Who is a Galliard Silent Strider. He was Lupus too, so I actually stole like the splats in the name. And then-
Splats.
very different character afterwards, but yeah, no, I do like do
Good
like Silent
old
Striders.
Passe. Kinda cool. He's so cool.
I love Scott's reactions to being like, you took something from me. How did you do that? And Kate's like,
His interactions with Hannah, I mean, Dante talking to Hannah just never ceases to make me laugh because, like, the conversations always go the same way. Like, one of them says something that offends the other, and then the other one says something that offends them, and then they either do come to blows or they don't because one of them backs off, usually Dante. And then they go to sleep and then repeat the whole process the next day. Like, just, it's an endless cycle. Endless cycle of them pissing each other off.
it's the circle of fuck.
Yeah, and then the next week he's like, "Man, I gotta go talk to Hannah," and I'm like, "Do you?"
How am I feeling about the players approaching the renown cap? So, Liz, I'll ask you, what
Yeah.
is your current renown?
So, I really thought I would max out on Glory first, but actually Glory's at 3, and so is Wisdom, and then Honor's at 5.
So that means you have 4 left.
I still have 4 left. Yeah.
Before you are completely maxed out.
Before I cannot be a better guru. Correct.
So one of the ways that I'm gonna say here is that I don't believe in my interpretation, and that's again my interpretation and not everybody's interpretation, but I don't believe that guru think of wisdom, renown, and honor. Wisdom, honor, and glory as like having numerical values. I don't think that they're like, well, you went from wisdom 4 to wisdom 5. I think that they instead are being like, you are among the most wise, you are among the most honorable, you are among the most glorious. Holy fuckle. Look, Gwen, there are certain things that I can always use as buttons to push, and there are certain things that I can use as buttons to push against all of my players. There are things that they enjoy, and I don't mind presenting them in different forms of the universe.
Is the character archetype that Aragon's talking about the mysterious one?
Well, we're just talking about the
crabby,
fact that
mysterious one?
that Dante's conversations with Hannah always go the same way, and yet Dante's always like, you know who I need to go visit? Hannah. And yet it always upsets him greatly.
I chalk that up to being rude, to be honest.
Yes, I like pushing buttons too.
I gotta, yeah, perfect. I chalk it up to being guru.
Yeah.
I like how that kind of works, and frankly, who else am I gonna?
I mean, it's how Jorik reacted to Clem as well.
Ugh, that was different.
Similar voice too.
That's different. We
If
had
there is
to use
an
Clem. That was
elderly
different.
lady Muppet, they will interact often with Scott.
That's
and
It
he
is
will
also-
be aggravated.
Yeah, no, I feel very pleased that Dante is like, well, I should have a relationship with this theurge.
Even if it kills me.
Yeah, exactly.
So the thing about this though, when it comes to renown, what I'm not doing, first of all, the gain of renown is slowing down, and it will continue to slow down as sort of it's a multiplicative thing anyway. But also, I'm not as worried about it. The thing that I just don't want is to sort of have the implication that, well, these guru have done like 3 majorly good things, and therefore they're among the best guru of all time. It's not quite that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they are riding a high in terms of the spirits trusting them and the like. Because we've also there's an issue with experience, and there's an issue with role playing that doesn't fit in the universe. And I'll just bear with me here. It's going to be a very quick explanation. We have played 68 sessions. This is our 69th.
Nice.
And yet there's still only been a few months of game time. This is a long-running campaign. They should be high up, but yeah, that doesn't necessarily agree with the context of the universe. And the players I also have to trust to not immediately go around being like, well, we're now the best werewolves in existence.
Just kicking open doors to be like, the heroes are here. You know, yeah.
Dress for the job you want.
The issue that I have with renown here, and it's not that issue is the wrong word, but in previous editions of Werewolf, you had temporary renown.
Mm-hmm.
Then once you got up to a certain point, you would challenge for permanent renown.
Right.
Once you got the correct amounts of permanent renown, you would go up in rank. Rank's no longer a thing here, and I honestly am happy about that, because rank it provides some interesting things, but I also think that it's similar to how in old versions of Vampire, if you were a neonate, you were basically like, well, I guess there's some things I just can't do because I'm new. And I don't like restricting player characters in that way. But I also don't think that I'm going to have to worry too much about the players kind of strutting around being like, well, we're like, you are allowed to take advantage of the fact that you are well regarded. And, you know, that you aren't currently under chagrin or anything like that, totally. But legendary renown is the idea, I think, that, like, if you're a guru who's consistently done legendary things over and over and over and over again, yeah, you deserve to get a little more stuff.
A gold star renown.
Yeah. Challenge for acknowledgement is something that I think is an interesting thing. I think that if you want to be recognized, for instance, as like, I want to be recognized as the premier glasswalker in the city, that's a challenge that you're going to have to throw down. Similar to, I deserve to be the a leader of this sept.
Yeah.
For sure. But I'm going to read something for you here, because this is important for you as players. The risks of renown. Renown is at once a blessing and a curse for the guru. To be sure, one's great deeds yield great accolades and personal recognition. But the core of Guru's experience is one of pack structures, of cooperations with the other tribes, and auspices in duty to Gaia. More than one pack has been brought low by prideful members seeking renown for themselves at the expense of the accomplishments made by their pack. This contradiction is often difficult for young Guru to understand, and many believe Guru society sends conflicting messages about one's personal responsibilities and duties to one's fellows. And while it may be frequent among young Guru, it is probably more pronounced among high-ranking werewolves, many of whom may have lost packmates in their long and distinguished campaigns against the worm, but gathered many laurels in the midst of those tragedies. In systems terms, players are likely to occasionally find their characters' rage, as well as their tribal favor and ban, in conflict with their ambitions for renown, which is to be expected. It's a good thing, because it makes their choices nuanced and brings dramatic consequences. That's the sidebar in the book. I am going to add this. The higher you get in renown, the less tolerance people will have of your mistakes.
Valid.
There we
Makes a
go.
lot of
Okay.
sense.
All right, that makes sense.
So you have a 5 now in honor.
Yeah.
You have a 5 now in
Wisdom.
wisdom. You have a 5 now in glory, which means that if you get into a fight and your first reaction, Macris, is to be like, run, you're far more likely to experience chagrin at that point, even if it's the right thing to do. Now, obviously, you're not going to experience chagrin if it's
funny.
like, this battle is definitely not winnable, we should leave.
Yeah.
But if you're just like, I think we should go,
Yeah.
and then people stay and they win the fight, you're going to get chagrin.
Yeah.
Because they're like, somebody with
I
glory
thought you were
5
so glorious. Yeah.
does
Which
not.
is weird because I've never been gunning for glory and it's not even my like primary trait.
No, it's not. But I would say the same.
Yeah.
You would not expect an Arun
Yeah.
to hit honor first.
Especially the way she's fought sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's just now the risk is you might experience that chagrin because you are now expected to be pillars of that community. And then if you slip, and we all know, we all slip, that could happen. Chagrin's not permanent, but it is a thing.
Also feels kind of correct. It's like what people think about you rather than what you think about yourself or what you strive to be. Like you don't always get to pick what your reputation is about.
Yep.
That's so true.
True.
No.
Just to tack on, it's like, well, I'm acting in accordance with my values the way I always have. Oh, but you all of a sudden don't see this as appropriate to this value. It's like, well, shit. I'm just trying to do my best out here.
Weirdness is correct.
Guys, we've got like a murder pit. It's just there. It's
Look
there at
here,
all
we
times.
need to do a really important right.
I will say this. I know that nobody is looking for me in episode 69
Nice.
for my opinions on Werewolf 5th. I still think Werewolf 5th edition is the best edition. I also think that it still needs tweaks and help. Go pick up Shattered Nation. I think that's a great book for you to look into. Go for it. But I look forward to seeing more development of this, because I think that there's places like what Kung Fu Fenris is mentioning here, where things like the renowned system could use a little tweaking here and there in order to help bring it under a certain amount of control. Because if I was running a game that we were playing only every month and that had a lot of downtime between sessions, I might be more likely to say, okay, yeah, it does make more sense that you're at this level. I can absolutely see some people run in, and because we've had some of our campaigns reviewed before, I can see a reviewer coming in and being like, how could they possibly get to like the renown cap after only a couple of months? This is so unrealistic. And my argument would be, mechanics wise, I wanted to make sure that they could continue to increase in power, and I have to do that by giving them renown. Like,
Yeah. Sure, totally.
so There's
rather than spending XP on it.
yeah. I will say this. The systems in a game absolutely contribute to the narrative and vice versa, but I will fucking tear them apart if you restrict me one way or the other.
Nice.
We ready?
Yeah.
Sick.
And don't at me on this one. I'm a narrative designer. Sort of. Not anymore. Oh god.
You've
What?
ascended beyond.
Oh, you're
it.
right.
Now
Yes,
your
yes. I was
game
like,
is
wait,
you're
John, is there something at the
godhood,
double? Narrative God.
director. There
Yes,
we
it
go.
is a
I'm like, he's not.
He's a creative director.
Is he?
Who is he?
What is he?
That's what he is.
Titles. What
Who
are
am
they?
I?
What do they mean? Creative director.
By the time you return to the center, there's someone else waiting. Sky. He's all yours. I don't need him anymore today.
There, Dante, just, he can't not roll his eyes like at her.
30. I don't care how you get them to me, but you will. Good day.
Check your emails.
If I must. And then she leaves and Sky watches her go. And is everything all right?
Yeah.
You always seem so tense after speaking with Sight of Eight.
She knows how to rile me up. We don't see eye to eye on everything.
I don't imagine you would.
No. But she's also someone who knows what they're talking about. So,
Is there an unfortunately that comes after that sentence for you?
I didn't say one. He smiles, though.
And to what do we owe the pleasure of you being here? Was it just a social visit so that you could have an argument with somebody?
It was to speak to Sight of Eight specifically. There's some things that happened to the Umbra that I needed to make sure I could manage, that don't come back to haunt us, so to speak.
Well, far be it from me to be able to weigh in on ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
You were speaking to the right person then.
Otherwise, no. I do like coming here. It's different from where we spend most of our time.
I need to ask you a question.
Yeah.
There's plans afoot, I know, in order to more directly attack the issue of our infestation of black spiral dancers. And I know that there is the mountain, struggling under its own weight and crying out because of its spiritual hunger and starvation. So I understand if this doesn't matter. What does Macros actually think of me?
If Dante had had a drink in hand, he would have done a spit take. So I feel like there's a bit of a like, what? I don't read minds. I don't know.
It was a silly question.
No, hang on. Why do you not think that Macros has not been open with you?
This has nothing to do with whether Macros has been open with me or not. We had a conversation recently about intentions. I'm getting the impression that I'm finding ways to fail.
That doesn't sound right.
I just had no idea why she decided to approach me and tell me that
But what?
this is silly. Thank you.
No, hey, wait. Dante's eyes are alight with curiosity. Yeah, hey. Pew. What did she do?
She seems to be wrestling internally with how she feels about people.
Aren't we all?
No.
Ah.
I know how I feel about people. I don't try to complicate it, and I don't second guess how I feel. I'm sure I carry my problems in other ways. But I wasn't brought up in a society where it was important to conceal these things.
Mm.
If you want something, you take it. If someone is preventing you from taking it, you fight them for it. And if they win, you didn't deserve it. But I'm not just a wolf, am I?
That's the trouble.
I don't need her to renounce anything else. I don't need her to change how she feels about me or about anyone else. I just want to make sure she's okay because I care about her. And I'm talking with her packmate because I'm hoping you can give me some insight. Because I don't want to scare her away by asking her to confront things that she may not want to confront. All I'm asking of you is to tell me whether or not I am completely off the hunt. Off the mark. That's probably what I would... Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. First and foremost, I don't think you're asking the right person.
Yes, that's becoming increasingly clear.
God damn it. But Macris takes a very practical view of the world. Help those in need. Find moments of respite when possible. I don't think that. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna use a safety card here.
Oh.
I'm toying with the idea of
Yeah.
having him drop any percent's name right now in this conversation.
That's okay. If
How
you
does
feel
that
like
feel
that's
like
fine.
that's
Yeah,
gonna-
yeah, yeah.
Or rather referencing the fact
Yeah.
that there are other
Yeah.
partners, because I
Yeah,
remember if that conversation
Yeah,
happened.
she said there were others. I don't think there was a request to name them, but yeah.
Then that's okay, cool.
Dante
Green card,
wants
green
to
card.
spill Macris's beans.
This could be secret
Ew.
number one for Hannah.
No. Well, it's not a secret,
All
is
right,
it?
hold on. Let's call Hannah over. We got
Hang
it.
on, I got a secret for you.
What are we doing here?
I need to add this to the bank.
No, I don't. No.
Do you want to start in your bank early? We can make today day one.
No.
my
No, let me go
God.
get some fucking secrets.
So is he making deposits at
You
his
owe me.
bank?
You owe me 30.
Is she collecting stuff for a sperm bank?
She is.
I
It's my
absolutely have no idea what you're talking about. Why
my
would I
first
want
secret.
sperm?
Oh, God, did you have to do the sound?
I did. No.
No.
For podcast listeners, you know what? Actually, never mind.
No.
Okay, you're talking to Scott.
Yeah. How Macris feels at any given time about you or about anyone else that she's with currently. Like I said, I don't read minds. But I don't think there's anything you need to be worried about. I think she cares about you.
I know she cares about me.
Excuse me.
I'm asking you because I care about her.
You're not looking to, like, be exclusive.
I'm looking to make sure that I can make her happy. And like I said, it seems like she's having some difficulty dealing with how she's feeling.
You would know as well as anyone, this isn't going to be news to you. That we can't know where we're going to be tomorrow, let alone next year.
Yes?
So we just live day to day.
No. No, we don't, Dante, or at least I do not. Would you like to know why?
I would like to know how you think you can plan for a future that we can't be sure of.
Because I have to believe that there is a future for all of us. Otherwise, why are we fighting? You're right. She may not make it to that future. Neither may you or Troyan or me or any of the others.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to believe that that's there for us. Why challenge for the leadership of the Sept? I might die tomorrow. It's a nihilistic way of looking at things.
Yeah, I know. I think I get beyond.
I'm going to close the window.
Okay.
That might be.
It might be that time.
Well, yeah.
Dramatic audio stingers. Hey, fuck you, time out now.
My
My stingers. Everyone wants her stingers back.
We'll give you a fan instead.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
you like that?
I'm hoping that this will have the rejection that we can keep the fan on.
Mm-hmm. It's just good food for thought, Sky. I think I get around my inherent nihilism by building, because whatever I build will probably outlive me.
You plant trees so that others can sit in its shade.
Isn't that kind of what we're all doing? Yeah.
I know she cares about me, because I don't think she'd lie to me. But I want her to care about herself too. It would seem like there's nothing that I have to worry about overmuch. Otherwise, I think you'd have more to say.
She gives of herself because she can. Because she has it in her to do so.
We all do.
That doesn't mean that she doesn't care for herself. It simply means if there's one blanket and two cold people, Macris will know how to keep herself warm.
I appreciate you standing up for your pack mate, but I know indecision when I see it. Thank you.
Yeah. Food for thought.
I don't think about food that often.
It's a figure.
I know it's a figure of speech, Dante. I am allowed to make a joke every once in a while.
That's a good one. Good as any, I think.
Meanwhile, at Tweedledee and Tweedledum's house.
Hello.
That's the bar.
Doo-doo-doo. Gosh. My ears are burning. Hit two. All the other superstitions about being spoken about.
Have you seen Sky lately?
Incredible.
I mean, we all saw her yesterday. And then we were in New York. And before that I saw her. So, or Vermont or whatever fucking state we were in. America.
America.
You were in New York State.
New York. Champlain, New York. There we go. Great. Yep, we were in New York.
And you met up with... Would Troy know that she met up with any % yesterday, or...?
I don't know if she would have discussed it. Like, she isn't obscuring it. but
I should point out that
advertising.
any
Yep.
percent was genuinely just interested in watching a movie.
Yep,
And
totally.
Nice.
the offer of like, we could just, cuddle and fall asleep
Yep.
is there, but like he wasn't
Yeah.
down to clown. Funerals don't get him off.
Some people.
Some people.
Hey, look, some people want to celebrate life afterwards, and I'm all for that.
Hell
but
yeah.
He's not.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna see her soon.
Cool.
Figured last night was a good time for her to be with, the Sept.
Yeah.
Not take up her time away from that.
Yeah. I think spending time with you is a genuine pleasure for her.
I hope so. It is for me.
Good. For a while, I think I was, I sort of told myself that being with people during times like this was a luxury I couldn't afford. I think I'm coming around to a different way of thinking now.
We're pack animals. Humans are supposed to be in community, even though capitalism has driven that apart. I think it's important to hang out as a pack and hang out with our people and all of that.
Two people come into the bar. One is somebody who looks like they are living constantly in a TikTok video.
Okay.
But what kind of TikTok video?
I know what TikTok
fashion influencer.
Oh,
But like
all right, got it.
fashion influencer with way too bubbly a personality and always speaking as if like everything that she says is very important and you should be listening to it, even if it's just like an inane joke that she's making. And the reason why maybe the two of you notice is because the other one is far more subdued. He is somebody who stands quite tall, little taller than Macris. He has just a standard goose down parka on. He does not take his coat off, but he does have a dark tint to his glasses, blue in the shades. And he says, sure, just find us a place to sit. I just need to talk to the owner for a second.
Troyan quirks an eyebrow. And, leans against the bar.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Hi. Are you the owner of this establishment?
Yes.
Excellent. Do you have a moment where we could talk for a second?
Talk here?
Have you heard the good news?
My name is Ends to Beginnings.
That sounds ominous as fuck.
Fucking ominous name. I like it.
Now, I should tell you that my companion has absolutely no idea of us.
So we'll keep it down. My coworker, she nods in the direction of wherever Shanks went off to, is in the same boat.
Yes, we know.
We?
I need you to let the museum go.
Sorry, finish your presentation.
That's it. Let the museum go. We can fight on a different battleground on a different day. But let the museum go. In exchange, I don't see any reason why this bar can't be successful.
Are you threatening my bar?
No. A threat to your bar would sound more like this. I'll rip this place apart. Didn't say that, though.
And a response to that threat would look something like that. And she points at the bone.
The human bone. The single human bone.
Don't threaten my fucking bar. Don't infer that there could be a universe where you would threaten my fucking bar. Your money's not good here. Get the hell out.
Very well. It was a pleasure meeting you onto the breach. I look forward to the next time.
I cannot say the same.
And your packmates. Reaches across, cuts to the quick.
What part of your money's not good? Get the fuck out of my bar, didn't you understand?
Macris is like gone off to move some, glassware, or, take some dishes out of the dishwasher or something, somewhere a little ways away so that she's not listening to this, but she's definitely keeping eyes on the room.
I just know that even if we can't be friends, we can at least be civil.
It's why we're still talking. And you haven't made a fresh hole through that door.
He looks at the door, and then he looks back. Yes. You would hate doors, wouldn't you?
Almost as much as I hate shitheads. You can tell your friend we're out of whatever she drinks.
Oh, I don't think she cares. She doesn't really care that much about me either.
Why? You seem like you have such a winning personality.
I just came here to tell you. We would much rather settle our differences in another way.
Like a rumble at dawn.
Or words. Words can work. Will you do me the honor of letting her stay? I don't really need her anyway. And he stands up. A peace visit both of us in our lifetimes. And then he turns and he just starts walking towards the door. Now, Troy.
Yep.
There are the following people in your bar, for it is still early. Shanks, who is currently preparing ingredients for the various foodstuffs that you serve throughout the day. Macris, who is close by and is also Guru. And whoever that woman is, who is currently taking selfies while sitting in a booth and drumming her fingers on, I don't even know if you have like menus because you're really more of a bar than anything else.
Drinks menus.
Yeah. So she's drumming her fingers on the drink menu and trying to look to see what she could possibly see that might be interesting there.
Cool. Trin is not going to attack this person. She wants him out.
He opens the door, puts his hand against the wood, and he goes, and then walks out, closes the door very gently behind him. Like to the point where normally it would just close on its own, but he has slowed it down so that it doesn't make a noise.
How polite.
Macris shimmys on over with a
Your death will be
tray of glassware.
No, it won't.
That didn't seem very
Oh, we hate him.
great about girly with the camera.
I don't think there's anything wrong with her except maybe a bad judge of character.
Could she be some sort of plant?
Very much so.
Could she be
Unwitting now,
like-
and imagine.
Oh, hey! And she
Hi.
flounces over because that is all she knows how to do.
What's
I was wondering, can I get a tequila sunrise, please?
Sure. So your boyfriend, how long have you two known each other?
Oh, he's not my boyfriend.
Oh, yeah?
We were supposed to meet about, he said that he was somebody, a social media manager.
Oh,
But he
cool.
ditched you.
Oh, he's not here anymore?
Goes back to like unloading the dishwasher.
Oh,
stocking the shelves with their glassware.
And then she slumps at the bar as if like you've taken all the wind out of her sails.
Oh.
Now, he mentioned he needed to pick something up for his like explosive diarrhea that he was dealing with.
So petty. That's so petty.
So
Said that I could be his next big break.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What else did he say?
I said I'd have to change my name.
Yeah.
Mildred.
He wanted you to change your name to Mildred?
He wanted me to just call myself Drid. I thought it was stupid.
Dread.
Explosive diarrhea, huh?
Yeah, shame.
That's not the worst excuse I've had. Cheers.
Cheers.
It isn't? Holy shit, Mildred, you get out a lot. That's great. Sorry,
girl.
no, I like. Yeah, that's rough. Oh, sorry, babe. Meteor.
When was the last time you were on the dating scene, Scott?
That's a good point. A good question. No, I just think it's anyway.
The stories I've heard, man. I can do the whole Blade Runner thing here, but
Sorry, babe. Gotta go. Zombie attack.
Well, that was very rude of him. You seem like a lovely person.
I appreciate it. Anyway, I'll go back to my booth. Thanks.
Welcome.
And she picks up her drink and heads over there and sits down, and then she pulls out her phone and she starts taking another video, but her heart's not in it.
Oh,
Oh, God.
poor Mildred.
That ends up being true crime.
Actually, though.
Standing up.
Breaking Mildred's heart. I'll kill you!
How dare you?
that a real
Blackberry
bone?
justice. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It turns into this horrible, like, photo op for people.
Is that not what you want? Because that's what you're gonna get.
Tibia.
We're going on pub crawls of this part of the Montreal.
To be yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gross.
So, guess we're hip with the youth now.
Apparently. He wants us to leave the museum alone.
Now I understand why you laughed.
It's still funny even to think about it.
I mean, it's a sign that they know that we could hurt them.
They know a lot about us, which we shouldn't be surprised by.
And
But
it's also either a sign that they know that we've been talking about doing so, or that they realize that we've had enough time together or our shit together.
they know our names, but I guess that's no surprise.
Yeah, well, what were they offering in exchange?
Not to fuck with this bar. Oh,
Cool. I
he
I like
claimed
this
it
place.
wasn't an overt threat, but it sounded awfully like a
It
threat.
was a subvert threat.
Yeah. They wanted to talk, to settle to settle the matter away from the museum, which also suggests that there is something that they really don't want to get fucked up there.
See, if they wanted to talk, I mean, they could have done that before.
The serial killer activity?
I don't know, turning their backs on us during our great hour of need, and by us I mean the whole fucking city.
Mm-hmm.
So, I told them then. Same answer now. If they
The
want to
last
help, they can
person who
fucking help.
claimed to want to talk already had a number of murders under their belt.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like talking to them anymore.
Look, I love this bar. I think it's cool.
Same.
I've been here longer than you,
Yeah.
but it is just a building.
Never gonna let me let that down.
Are ya?
Yeah, fuck you. No, you're right.
So, you know, if they decide to fuck this place up, they'll get a nice insurance payout, and we can do something else with our lives.
I'm not worried so much about the building as the people inside the building.
well,
the people
that's
who
murder.
cannot withstand a literal building
Yeah.
falling on them,
Yeah,
like you could.
yeah. Sean's a smart.
I'm what?
You're smart.
Absolutely not.
You've got a good head on your shoulders.
People like your friend Dante have good head on their shoulders.
That's a different kind of head on your shoulders.
Fair.
I'm not saying you can do calculus or super division or something, but
What's super division?
it's like long division but longer. I don't know.
Actually, no, but seriously, what's super
I
division?
don't
I don't think
know.
it's a thing.
Macros made it up.
It goes over multiple pages.
She was gonna say long division, and that didn't sound smart enough. She was like, "I think I could do
Super
long division if I
division.
had to, but super division."
Dope.
Mildred.
Eh?
I have been looking to do some social media for the bar. Do you mind if I reach out to that guy? I know he's a piece of shit, but like,
You can do what you want. He's dead to me.
do you have his phone number, his email, or a website?
Yeah, sure.
Great, I'll take that, thanks.
Stands up, walks over, scribbles it on a bar napkin, then looks at Macros, and then scribbles a different number on a different bar napkin,
Oh. Nice.
then heads back to her seat.
Nice.
The napkin with your
Yeah, for me.
has a lipstick press on it.
Oh my god. Look at you.
She like walks back out, walks over to Mildred's table, like, "Is this like
I think
you
you and I
clearly
could do a
don't
collab.
know how to? I obviously don't know how to do social media, so you're gonna teach me?
I think you and I could do a collab.
What's that?
Means
Doing a
that
lab
You can be in
together?
some of my videos. I can be in some of yours.
I wish I did videos, but I don't.
Oh. Well, I thought, considering.
Look at me, I'm so tall and gangly. I am the gangler. Is that the kind of content you think I'd make? I almost stole a line from a play, but that doesn't feel fair.
Macros the Gangler. Is this attractive?
Oh, I know. I could go into people's apartments and take videos of the tops of their fridges because they don't remember to dust. This is me. I'm Kate. I can't see the top of my fridge, so it's always dusty.
Me
Now
too.
you're just implying that I'm derelict in my duties.
Okay, when I was living alone, this is how it was.
Bar backing.
One subscriber. Let's try it.
higher state of mind. Would that be a good social media thing?
She reaches out and just takes the napkin back, puts it in her pocket, puts a $10 bill on the table.
I'm
and
sorry. I'm
Stands
clearly
up.
not social media material.
It's okay. And then she just
didn't wanna
makes
get
a
rid of you.
beeline out of
Bye.
the bar.
Thanks, Mildred. Bye.
I'm not that mad. I scared her off in case she was supplant. Sorry. I'll do my best not to scare off real
It
customers.
was really impressive, actually, the speed at which she ran away from you.
The vibes weren't right.
The vibes, they weren't.
I don't need
Fine.
to fill up my dance card that much.
Yeah, you're a busy lady already.
Yeah,
Any percent? Sky,
on the left.
Mildred.
Well, then there's a big
On the
line
left.
that just says the Gangler.
Can we see the gangler one more time?
The gangler! Do it again, do it again. Show us how you mix drinks.
I don't have to take any steps. I can reach the glasses up here, and the lemons over there, and the drinks over
I'm just
there.
imagining an octopus.
Yeah,
behind
Yeah,
you.
really.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
Yes.
Could you roll me a dive luck, please? Try it.
2.
Smash.
The building is firebombed.
Yeah.
There are no survivors.
Oh my god.
Dante returns and cries.
Oh, booting.
You get an email. I don't know if you do, but I'm going to say that you do. but you have a Google alert set up for the bar.
Yeah, that seems like something Troyan would do.
A new review has been left.
Oh no.
5 stars.
Wow.
A pillar of the community. It feels like this bar is here to stay forever.
What a piece of shit.
We love a petty off, guys. I am 100%.
I'll write back. Thanks for taking time off your explosive diarrhea to write my review. Really appreciate it. No, she doesn't do that. She thinks it. Liz thinks it. I'm not.
Written by someone named Ghost Shitter. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I don't know why this is a thing in this episode.
Because it's episode 69.
Right.
Nice.
Famously that nice. The famous diarrhea episode.
Everyone does.
Doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, guys.
Marcus has 2 charisma,
Sure it is.
so she's totally average. She just was not trying with this
Just
person.
not in that moment.
She was actively anti-trying.
It's just, I just want to point out, I'm very impressed that you managed to nail exactly what she wanted just by being like, oh yeah, because I'm tall. And I'm like, yeah, that's actually what she did.
So I've got long arms for the selfies.
Yes. Oh yeah, there you go.
They really do come in handy for selfies.
It's true.
I thank you for your service.
Yeah, we can create himself.
Yeah, I've literally had groups of people be like, there's no way we can all fit into the selfie. I'm like, no, put me on the right hand side. I promise you we'll all make it in.
Tap me in, coach. Tap me in.
I kind of have no idea whether my wingspan is like big or
Theoretically,
small.
like typically, men's wingspan tends to be a little bit broader because their shoulders broaden a little bit at puberty, and so it's usually roughly your height.
Yeah.
And then like a little bit
That's what
more
I've
if
heard
you're a
as well.
guy.
Oh.
I had a friend in CJEP who was actually going around measuring people for one of his classes,
Oh, okay.
specifically about like wing height
Jeffers
versus.
classes.
It always felt like I had abnormally long arms, even for my
Yeah,
height.
well,
that was
people
That's
the.
why they call her the Michael
Average.
Phelps of role playing. I think. They do, right? I didn't just.
Can you make a noise like a dolphin?
No.
Ah.
We actually know a couple of people who can make noises like a dolphin. I am not one of them. I cannot. My noise like a dolphin sounds like I'm like vaguely choking.
Trying
on
to be one of the Mars attacks aliens. There you
No,
go.
that's like an exotic bird in a rainforest. Oh my god.
He's trying.
Holy
He's
shit.
a choking alien from Mars attacks.
Oh my god. That was so surprising.
Defenders, quick! Are were-dolphins a thing in this universe? Quickly!
Probably.
For the love of
Quickly!
God.
We need to introduce
We
one.
need 5 of them right now.
5.
Oh my god. That was so good.
Woof.
Holy shit. It was the choking halfway through that made it really like.
You'll have to donate to our next
Oh my god.
thing. Yeah.
Stretch goals.
Yeah. Stretch goals. 4 dolphins.
Dolphins.
Anyway,
Anyway.
The Google review. What is the name attached to the Google review?
EOB.
EOB. Oh wow. EOB
Yep.
or ETB?
EOB.
All right.
Echo Oscar Bravo.
Ends of beginnings.
He introduced himself as ends to beginnings.
Mhm.
So EOB. Okay.
Oh
That's what I.
no, and it would be ETB. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I was thinking ends of beginnings, and I'm like, no, not quite. It's ends to beginnings. So ETB. Battles of history. The phone number that you have is just a standard phone number.
And she just gave the phone number. Hey, not email or anything.
Just a phone number.
All right.
Actually, no. Why would she give a phone number? No. It's a social media account. I don't care to mention which one it is. They all suck.
Nice.
I
Except the
wa-
one
I
you're
wanna go
currently
after his
watching
fake
this on.
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Actually.
Yeah, get him.
That guy.
Yep.
I'm wondering if it would be safest to close the bar for the time
Maybe.
being.
Maybe.
A week, maybe. Hopefully we can get whatever the fuck sorted by then.
Clothes for repairs, renovations. Is there anything you ever wanted to fix up around here?
She
The
looks
door.
at the door.
Yeah.
She looks at the shelves. She looks at probably like a place where Dante stomped his foot in anger a few times. It's like a little indented.
Cut to Dev sitting in his apartment going, boy, I sure hope I get this job.
Oh,
I need
no.
to start working right away.
Oh dear.
Dear. Sweet Deb.
Give him paid training for a few days. I don't know. 2 days maybe.
Let's work from home.
Work from home.
Watch these training videos.
Yeah.
How do you feel about starting a social media account for the bar?
No, you can't post any pictures or videos from inside.
No,
Yeah,
you can't. Yeah,
no.
exactly.
It's a very secret bar. Shh.
Oh, I like that.
We're drinking the speakeasy.
Ooh.
Place doesn't exist anymore.
Which one?
Speakeasy?
Well, like,
Oh, the play. Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, the concept? I think it does. Yeah.
There was a speakeasy. You had to go through, like, they sold
still
frozen yogurt or whatever, and then you could get it that way, but they stopped doing that.
Too bad.
There's still a few speakeasies.
Oh, yeah, just the
in
place that
Montreal.
was called Speakeasy.
Right.
Cute.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I'll tell Shanks,
Yeah.
and then we can call the kid and offer him a job. Just
Just tell me whatever your cover story is that I stick to it.
renovations is a good idea. Shanks,
Yeah.
I think we should close the place for a week.
What?
Hopefully, just a week.
Why?
She considers a cover story and then decides on, you know how sometimes you ask me if we're in trouble?
He walks around the bar, goes up to the door, and just flicks the lock to a locked position.
We're okay,
No, you're not.
and we intend to remain okay. But someone that we've had altercations with just indirectly threatened this place, and that I cannot stand by.
That doesn't sound okay to me. That sounds pretty fucking far from okay.
I'm hoping in a week it will be okay.
Dante, you can show up at any time at this point, unless you still had things you wanted to keep. Did you want to stay at?
No. I'm happy to show up. I think I can get to the door just as it locks, or
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We're closed.
It's me.
You're gonna make me let him in, aren't you?
Yeah.
Unlocks the door,
Okay, thank you.
closes the door, locks it again.
What's with the secrecy?
I think it would be a good idea to close the place for a week.
Something happened.
I think it would be safest. Just while we figure some things out.
Right.
I'm gonna make a few calls.
Is this your crew that you've mentioned in the past?
Yes.
We don't need help. Sorry. I don't want to get you involved in this. Okay?
He walks
It's not that I don't think you're capable.
right up to Troyan, standing pretty close,
Eh.
and he takes his hand, his fingers, just puts them just under Troyan's chin.
Do not touch me like that.
Oh.
It's fucking weird, man.
It looks like he pulls his hand away once you say
Okay.
that, but he definitely does that. And he's definitely getting into your personal space a little bit, and he's looking and looking. You're serious about this?
Yeah.
You're in bigger trouble than I can help with.
I need you to trust that we intend to handle this. And we intend to come out on the other side better than ever. So much so that I'm going to hire that guy from today, if you're okay with it, and tell him he can start in a week. No more than 2.
Chris comes back from her busy work.
Nods, he takes off his apron.
Don't taste your now.
You'll still get paid. There was no notice. I'm not just going to leave you in the lurch.
I know you would. Just gonna have to lock the door behind me.
Thank you, as always, for understanding. It's honestly the best help you could possibly give right now.
Doesn't mean it doesn't fucking suck. And then he unlocks the door and just walks out.
What'd you tell him?
I'll lock it behind.
Oh, thanks.
He's smart.
Like he said.
He's known that there's been shit going on for a while, so I told him we had to handle something. And he worries, even though he doesn't know what he's worried about.
I mean, like, protection money demands are a thing.
I think he got it
Yeah,
as much as he could.
yeah.
A dancer came here and threatened the bar. Told us to leave the museum alone.
Where's the
Left
body?
this fucking review. I let him walk out.
Why? We're just gonna have to kill him later.
He brought a kid with him.
10-4. Fucking hell.
I mean, like, young adult, whatever, but, you know, seemed to be some little piece of, assurance.
Right. Okay.
Insurance.
What do you want, though? Just to gloat?
No, he wants us to leave the museum alone. He wants us to talk and find another way to resolve our differences than us attacking the museum.
They know the fight is coming to them?
They know that. They know our names. Our deed names.
They came to us.
Mm-hmm.
Should we check in with the other Seps, see if they get any friendly visits?
They clearly think we're in charge. If we're worth threatening, then we're the ones who are in charge. That's kind of crazy.
We're the only ones smart enough to have a public-facing business. That big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are your coat hands now?
They wouldn't turn up at a can to threaten it.
Somebody want to roll me
Yes.
intelligence politics?
Yes, please. I would love to.
The difficulty is 5.
Okay.
Ooh. I can help if you want. I have it on politics.
Cool.
Does Macros have any politics? Oh no.
Awareness?
The knowledges are
Investigation?
the light maybe on that end.
That's why Macros has glory.
Yes, so glorious. All right, we're
No
re-rolling.
thank. Only
No thank, only smash. We are re-rolling some dice. Yeah. Fucker.
It's a little bit of gamesmanship when you realize that like it's close to the end of the session. I can probably waste some willpower.
Boop, boop, boop. Hey, the resources to be spent. 3 successes. Is there success at a cost available?
Would you
Considering
like one?
I
All right.
I have
I will
yeah.
give you the hint, which you probably can. You were on your way to it anyway.
I'm
I can give you the
down
hint.
that way, yeah.
But it means that a black spiral dancer will make contact with another ally.
of ours or of theirs?
Like,
One
one of our
allies?
allies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Hey team,
Yeah.
how do we feel about that? Making contact could mean
Anything.
bad news for sure for somebody. I mean, we are planning on taking the fight to them, so bad news is coming. But how do we feel?
How about I'll tell you this: you will know which ally was contacted and in which way before the end of the session.
Oh,
I say yes.
We're all like,
Yeah.
I will succeed at this cost.
All right. Macris is correct. The reason why the BSD brought somebody else here is to basically say, well, we're not going to tear each other's throats out. I'm going to make sure there's at least an onlooker. If
Yeah.
you are Guy and Guru, you probably don't want the veil to be lifted. So there's that. They don't think you're in charge. If they know your deed names, they know more about
That's
what
fair.
your situation is. But they do think that you are in a different position. You are more likely to negotiate because you are not as beholden to a sept as the others are. Now, you technically are, Dante, but
Sure.
you weren't present when he showed up.
Right, yeah.
If he had tried to approach a cairn, they would have killed him.
Instantly, yeah, for sure.
So they have to approach you on ground that is not a cairn. This bar. Very important to you, but there's nothing in the litany that says you shall take no action that allows a bar to be violated.
It's a very different game if that's one of your tenants, yeah.
Hold on, putting that into our Chronicle tense.
Okay. Okay, I'm just writing that down.
So it would appear that he did not have violent intent. He prepared to not have violent intent.
What I find confusing about all this is that if they want to survive the coming fight, if they want to retain whatever it is they have there, they should be on the run. They know we're coming now. Why bother trying to negotiate? They have no leverage that we know of.
They think they might be able to scare us, spook us, make a second guess.
Maybe.
Or it's a really elaborate trap and they're telling us not to do the thing they want us to do.
Yep.
That's what I'm worried about, Macris.
Or are they like triple psyching us out? Head games. Smells like a spiral to me.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm still vote kill them.
That thing had gotten close to them, or rather, the other one had.
Yeah.
Used the spirals as a tool. So I think we can trust that at least some of the information is true about this power source. We need to find it. We need to see if it's real.
So, do we play their game? Call them up, be like, sup, buddy? Okay, let's talk. I don't want you to hurt my poor widow bar.
I don't see the point. What would we gain?
Information.
About what? There's
What they
spirals.
want, what they have to offer, what they think they have to offer.
We can't let them coexist with us in this city.
Well, they think we're actually interested in talking. We're actually planting bombs and collapsing their building.
I don't think I can even pretend with that prick. So if there is going to be some kind of pretending to play nice, it cannot be me.
Or me.
I can try. But we need to go underground first. Do we have any idea of where to start? What the tunnels under there might look like, or...
Cell
Oh!
phone.
Whoa! What's this?
A geological survey of the tunnels below the Pointe Callier Museum. Also the building plans, but
Holy
we're
hell,
not
that's
convinced
convenient.
that they're up to date.
That's very convenient, actually.
Thanks, Neil.
How familiar are you three with the 24 bus?
Very.
Somewhat.
The 24 is one of two buses that runs the length of the longest street in the city. Sherbrooke. It goes all across.
Mm-hmm.
The 24 is a bus that runs pretty regularly. It is reliable, if not packed, at times. There's various different places that I think all four of us have known and enjoyed that run from Vendôme, where it leaves, all the way to the end of the street. It's the bus that Shanks takes to get home from work. On the buses in the STM, there are two-seaters. If you're lucky, in some places where you get to sit and then there's one seat next to you. And this time on his way home, Shanks is lucky enough that there's no one sitting in either of these two seats. And he sits down until he's joined by someone in a goose down parka and blue tinted glasses. And Shanks recognizes the person who was in the bar recently. And then he looks out the window. It's November, so the windows aren't completely caked over with road salt and snow, and so you can still see out of them. And when the man says, "I think it would be a good idea," Shanks just lifts his hand and says, "No, I'm not getting involved. I made a promise. You should just know that I don't think you're making a very smart plan." The man in the Goosetown parka rings a bell, gets off at the next stop. Shanks doesn't have it in him to do anything except look out the window until he gets home. I think we'll end the story or session.
Oh my god, Jesus.
Jesus.
Fuck.
The end. Ding.
Yeah, that's it. What? What? Shanks, what shady shit are you into, man? Sheesh.
Yeah, from that conversation, did you get the implication that they've spoken before?
That was.
No, didn't he see this guy in the bar?
Mm-hmm.
He did.
So he recognized, okay, this is the fucker that was just in the bar that caused Troyan to close down the bar. And
Yeah.
now he's here on the bus with me, threatening me when Troyan implies
But he said
that we're closing the bar because we're in
Yeah,
danger.
but like, I think it was for me, it was the
Yeah.
wording of like, I don't think you have a very good, a very smart plan.
Yeah, because he has faith in Troyan at all.
Perhaps.
That's my read of the scene.
Yeah. Okay.
I choose to read it as more devious.
I mean, maybe
Right,
Shanks
that's it.
is, well, he said a few times, like, I've got friends, I know people. I can help you out if you're in trouble, right? So who knows?
The bus crashes through the front of Bar Balthazar. Fuck your doors.
Well, I was assuming we're either getting into a speed situation, like the bus has been hijacked,
Sick.
Oh,
or
fuck,
like
that would be
a car
bad.
bombing,
Oh my
or
God.
other such things. Yeah.
John, if there is ever a speed episode of Montreal by Moonlight, we're all here for it.
I mean, don't fucking threaten me. That's one of my favorite goofy 90s action
Hell
movies.
I know. That's why I thought that's where we're going.
The say of the game is the moot point.
Whoa!
It
Say
won't go
of the
back
game.
in super division or explosive
It
diarrhea.
won't go back in. What was
In
that?
brackets, it won't go back in. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
There's some really good
What are
ones.
we doing?
Oh, the gun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
They both reached for the gun. Scott,
Yo,
what'd you learn today?
I learned. I learned that Dante and Hannah Side of 8 have a relationship that is deepening, that is built on some form of respect and some form of I will never fucking understand you. And I really like that for them. I really think that they find it impossible to see eye to eye. in terms of their tribal values, and that's fucking great. I love that shit. Big fan.
Kate?
I learned that, Macris will, she will continue to prioritize people she considers innocent bystanders over necessarily getting the kill or giving people a piece of her mind.
Elizabeth?
Troyan learned that she is not going to negotiate with BSDs.
Yeah.
Valid.
Not even for a second did she entertain, oh, tell me what you want. Yeah.
Scott, you want to
Valid.
poke a player?
Yeah, do I? I wanna poke Liz as Troyan for how the conversation with ends to beginnings went. I think it was great to see Troyan's a pettiness on display today. I know I laughed at it, but I really do think, I mean, as you said, well, we're not going to negotiate with you, so everything becomes very flippant and very get out. No more of this, and then I'm gonna also shit on your legacy after the fact. Pun intended.
Right.
It's great. I love that.
The mood point says that Super Division is
Super
the
Division
say of the game.
That's very good.
Liz?
Macris. But which instance of it's gotta be the Gangler.
Oh yeah.
It's gotta be the Gangler.
Gangler.
That was just such a surprising thing.
It was really surprising.
And to see the effect that it had on Mildred, just that whole moment was such a surprising delight. It was great. 10 out of 10. No notes.
I love that Dante continues to approach Hannah and try to learn from Hannah, try to work with Hannah,
I gotta
no matter
try.
how much it hurts him.
It's the worst.
He keeps trying, and he's going to keep trying. It's not really stubbornness, it's just you're willing to keep working at it no matter how much it isn't a great time.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool.
Yeah, thank you. I know it was a scene with me, but big ups for Hannah's side of it today, specifically. Do or do not. There is no try, so to speak, as her values in the world of just don't try something, know something, and then you can do the thing. It's.
I was trying very hard not to do a Yoda.
Yes, of course.
Very hard to Nah.
And I'm gonna shout out Ends to Beginnings because I love a good threatening villain who just does nothing but talk, especially at first, and then that feels so much more threatening because they're like, I don't need to do anything else. No.
What if he's hot?
Oh shit.
Was he hot? I didn't ask his appearance.
He didn't.
No.
Now we'll never know.
Do you want to know?
Sure.
3
Oh, okay.
out of 5.
Right.
Out of 20.
Oh my god.
I think you should close the bar.
Hi, Vincent. What's up?
Vincent.
I am going to. I don't know. These are claws. He's a T-Rex.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he would make the dolphin sound as well.
No.
Damn
No,
it.
I'm only breaking that out on special occasions.
oh my, episode 69. I'm glad you could all be here for it.
So what's going on?
Tomorrow's a bit up in the air. If things go well, there may be a cooperative crossword stream. Check the Discord. You'll get a notification if it happens.
Yeah, streaming here has been difficult because of construction noises, which is why you haven't heard any streams from us in the middle of the week.
Yeah. Tragically, continuing the theme, I don't believe there will be a stream for me on Tuesday night either. But I am very excited to continue streaming as, there are holidays approaching, etc. But I do have a lot of various games that I'm excited to play. So please stay tuned to the Discord. I might just pick something up randomly during the day as I shirk my work responsibilities.
Nekopara, right?
Huh?
Nekopara?
Yeah.
Okay,
What's
great.
that? Yeah, yes, and I'll beat it in 20 minutes. I don't know what it is.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Fridays.
Wednesday there will be scoops
Oh!
on Backroom Deals. It is scoop season, and we have been very graciously granted 2 cards that no one will have seen before.
Guys, if you play any sort of card game, you know that Scoops season is the best season, where you get to see things shortly before you get them in your hands. It's very exciting.
Watch Scoop!
People get really hyped about Scoops, and it'll be very fun in chat.
Scoops!
Friday?
Nothing from me.
Yeah, and actually probably not for me either, because I have family obligations this coming weekend, and it's Easter. So I don't even know if I'll be around on Friday night. Good
Well,
lord.
see, now that we have enough advance warning, we might be able to work something out for Friday evening. So look for a special steel stream at that point. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a scrub check.
Yeah.
Uh,
'Cause I'll
find
be
it.
away as well, so.
Saturday?
Same
Somewhere,
applies
I
to
imagine,
Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday, here's the thing. Who's available on Sunday? Not a lot. We will be running clinic hours on next Sunday. So you'll just have me. There's a bunch of topics that have been suggested in the Discord already. I strongly encourage you to go in there and drop some things in, because you are the ones who make clinic hours good, not me. So we'll be doing that on Sunday, as far as I can tell. Now, here's the other thing that I'm going to point out here. There is another stream happening in a little under an hour. You can go tune into Pinky Pact.
We did the thing.
Over at twitch.tv/Pinky Pact, you can join Aragorn and Captain Splooey as they play Dundu.
Is it another murder mystery, Aragwen? Not another. I don't mean another. Are
Give
we
us some
murder
scoops.
mysterying? Hey, just like
Follow there.
follow dare. Okay.
Brand new city.
Whoa.
New city.
New Donk City?
Oh my god. Ba-da-ba.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Super appreciated to Kung Fu Fenris and to Erwin for modding here. Make sure to leave any kind of comment at all in the Discord. We just want to hear from you. But otherwise, that. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. I gotta go back in.